Oi, oi. Welcome back to Flat Earth British, where we are having a party. We're having a Marty Smarty Farty Party, even, which is going to be epic. Make sure you're sufficiently hammered to enjoy this podcast. Let me check my comms are in order. Okay, if any crinkle things going on or staticky things, let me know in chat. I'll keep an eye on everything. But everything's tickety-boo. So, buckle in. We're going to have a long ride tonight. This is going to be a good one. Okay, guys, you're gonna love this. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to share a lot. It's been a really interesting week, hasn't it? They've completely lost the plot with kind of, keeping any realism to reality. You've all seen the Katy Perry thing going on this week. Well, they are deliberately giving that away for some reason. So there's a dialectic at play somewhere. I'd love to see how this is all going to play out. But yeah, good signs for the shit show crumbling. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting, guys. It's only taken me 57 years to come to this point in life, to this awakening I've recently been going through, where I'm making strives to be the best possible Martin I can be. And that would include the good human attributions that go along with being a better person. So I've been trying to practice compassion. I always thought that I was a really compassionate person. I really did. But there are limitations, apparently. I'm finding it tricky. I have a lot of brainwashing still intact there. And it's like, nationalism and other things that, raise my blood pressure, which I need to get over. And I am seeing beyond it, because I'm seeing that this is a reflective reality, and everything that I put out there, there's a consequence for, and everything that I put out there is mirrored straight back to me. So if I am what I am, which is just love, I'm just made of love, then I just be love. Then anything that I would interact with would automatically be love as well. So I think that's a thing. I think love is infectious. I think it's going to make a big comeback in this environment that we find ourselves in. So we're going to talk about a lot in this. There is good news, but there is bad news. But it will all be good, because I will make things try to make sense. Okay, try to make sense of what is going on at the moment, and the fact that they reverse the paradigm and the dialogue, so people get confused about what is actually happening. So we're going to have a think about something that probably nobody's actually thought about before, not in this context anyway, and that is, I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I've always felt like it. Even when a camera really isn't on me, I've always really thought that something seems to be watching me. So I put it down to guardian angels or God. Okay. But I always get this feeling, eerie feeling, if you like, that something's always watching me. What I'm going to talk about in this is who or what is watching us. Now, surveillance, is being a big part of the Truth Community's narrative. The fact that it encroaches upon our human rights and, our privacy. But the fact remains, that these cameras are just absolutely everywhere. London is the most cameraed city in the world. And just now, where I live in Cardiff, in Wales, they just rolled out facial recognition. And they've also done it in the stores, like, the Lidls and where people shop for their food, facial recognition. Now, let's have a think a little bit deeper about all this, guys, because something was really off with the whole thing. And I've been wondering what it is. Something's been niggling me about the whole thing with the cameras, you see, because of this reason. Now, if I say, hey, Google, to my phone, it says, yo, what you want? Well, not like that. It says it in a different voice. But it's always listening to me. Okay. And there's a camera on it. And if that one doesn't, look at me. The camera on my laptop looks at me, or the camera there looks at me, or the camera on my other laptop looks at me. There is always somebody looking, and they have had everything on every person since you were born, since you were, if you like, registered as stock. And that's what they're watching. They're watching the stock. Now, the thing is, guys, as Cheryl helped me with just earlier, if a species of animal is close to extinction, they tag it and they surveil it, they watch it, okay? And I think it's along lines with what's going on now with us. Now, I think that there's not enough to keep it going. I think if what is happening now is not kept in check, with 1 or 2 generations, the streets will be empty, the same as they are in them photographs of 100 years, 150 years ago. I think it may have happened before. The decline in population. So they'd like to say there's, I don't know, 7 bill or something. But in my head, I think, no, I think that the Georgia Guidestones were actually telling the truth. I think it's, probably somewhere between 500 million to maybe 1 billion, if that. And I also think this as well. I also think that there's only X amount of real souls in here that render the reality for the rest. Okay, the creators, the master architects, the architects that make the place where everybody lives. I think there's people here that do that. And I think they are certain people in reality. I think. That's just me. Now, this week showed me that, we've got a long way to go with humanity. How, we once had, the golden age of Tataria. We once had Tataria, and now we have retardia for some reason. But that is by design, isn't it? The dumbing down in education and that. But, even with all of that, this week with this Blue Origin business, definitely deliberately giving the game away with their stupid door and everything else. And what about the spunky hair? Didn't happen with Katie, did it? She didn't have the spunky hair thing going on that all them astronaut women actually get. I've talked about 1,000 times. Anyway, so they're giving it all away. They just invested all of that money in the TFE thing. But I think that was just to get people back looking at flat Earth. I think it was all, because things are flipped and reversed. I think, that they want people to look at it. And now, with this shit show. Anyway, much love, Indy Wilson. Hope everything's good with you, sweetness. Let's give you a few shouts. We're going to go through a dazzling array of information today. I've been looking into all sorts. Now, it's Easter, isn't it? We do love Easter, don't we? Easter's, they say, is Ishtar, one of the other personifications. But whatever it is, we're going to celebrate it, because part of my brainwashing of years ago is I grew up with a Christian background, and we celebrated Easter, and I bloody loved it as a kid. So I'm going to reminisce today, guys. I'm going to celebrate it, okay? Regardless of whatever they think and that, I'm going to be compassionate. I'm going to think, yeah, that sounds groovy. I'm doing that just for today. So are we the last living souls? Now, I was wondering this as well, because I think this is, the more I think about it, seems to be the case, that the last batch of arrivals seem to be corrupted. They're easy corruptible and easy brainwashable. And what I think is going on is this, guys. I think that we are being tested. I think that we're in a schoolroom and we're being watched by the teacher, whether or not we get it right, whether or not we pass the grade and graduate over to the new paradigm that is coming. The rest, well, they've been deliberately set up for a fall, guys, because they will not be making it in the new paradigm. There's no place for it. There's no place for them. They want an uncorrupted, I think, this benevolence, this good force behind what has been happening in the Truth movement. I felt it all along, and I have faith in it, that they want to roll out a new paradigm of more purer soul, uncorruptible, not wanting, you know, the corporate lifestyle, not wanting to consume. You know, this consumption of humanity is just been a disease like heroin or alcohol. It really is. It is. We didn't need any of it. All you need is a roof over your head and a square meal a day, and your family all right. And you know, everything else just ticks over, because reality is a really kind thing, and it really does look out for us, guys. I noticed this in nature. You know, when you're nice and, you know, loving nature and loving trees and thinking good thoughts, it just reflects back to you the most beautiful spectacle. But you go there with like an attitude, yeah, nature will fuck you up. Yeah, you'll just get stung. A wasp will have you on your arm. You'll be like, whoa, what the fuck is happening here? Just you get battered by nature. I kind of like that. I really do. So reset. We're going through a reset. They just threw that thing 5 years ago. The whole world was locked up, so they didn't work out what was happening in the meantime. But now it's starting to become apparent that there's a lot less people. And we're doing like the calculations. None of it is ringing true. When we're thinking about what they're telling us concerning, you know, CC and the changing environment, etc., and their agendas wrapped around that. But I can see what's going on there as well. I can see the whole thing. The more I think about it, the clearer it comes. You know, all of these things that they say are going to happen in British streets, you know, they are baiting it up for civil unrest and protests that are organised by them. But that's just jobs for the boys. The police, these people are being fucking paid to do it. And the coppers that are there doing the arrests, keeps the court system going. Everybody's earning. Then people got to spend money in the town, and there's thousands of them. It's all just jobs for the boys. And it keeps people busy. It keeps them going where at Hegelian dialectic entities and things that don't even fucking exist. And it keeps them off their backs. Because if everyone's fighting with one another, yeah, they're not going to be bleeding targeting the ones that are actually doing it, are they? Well, the governments, I have no qualms that the governments have all been compromised. I think what is happening in Britain and all the other countries, Australia and everything, whoever they are, has compromised all of these countries in exactly the same way. Because the same weird rules of restriction, just like cattle. You know, when you get to an airport, you may as well be a cow. They put you through these things where you go up and down, like a cow to the slaughter. I've often thought it. They corral you around. They put bits of tape here and there, so you've got to walk like fucking cattle. We're cattle. And we're stock. And with an ever diminishing stock, and they basically are not going to be able to keep the infrastructure for this world going in another fucking decade or two, we're going to start to feel things, you know, like AI is going to be just rolled out in every respect, you know, to bolster it up. That's why AI is being rolled out in the last year or two the way it is, guys. They've had it all along. Okay, another question. So when all of them cameras were on, right, all up through the 80s, was that AI watching us? Because there's billions and billions of people. And then the phones came in, and then there was cameras on them. Yeah, after the Nokias, we had camera devices. Billions, apparently, or billion, or whatever it is. So old. All of them photographs, all being watched, all being processed. How is that even being done? AI, obviously. So AI was there before. Because there's no human beings that are going to be able to watch every human being. That's not going to be humanly possible. Same with facial recognition. It's just AI, isn't it? And what's it looking for exactly? Criminals? Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you haven't got nothing to worry about, really, have you? So let's have a little deeper think with that, with some visual aids. Later on, we went to the Welsh Museum, myself and Cheryl, and we were utterly disturbed. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you because I won't be able to on YouTube. But they got rid of all of the historic stuff in the museum, and they replaced it with a moon rock and some dinosaurs, and a load of very suspect art. We did make a complaint. And a giant voodoo doll with antlers. So I've done a decode on what antlers on the head actually mean, because when we got back, fucking Robert the Doll that was looking at us and giving us these EGBG vibes. It was like, fuck me, Robert the Doll, that is. We came back, and it's like all day was presented things with antlers. I was like, well, fuck me, that's weird, because of antler Robert the fucking Doll in him. Welsh Museum. We're going to look at that later. We're going to look at earthquake events. We're going to look at Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, and Port Royal that got taken out in the 1600s. There's been loads of these major ports like San Francisco or Lisbon a couple of times, and others that have been taken out in apparently apocalyptic earthquakes. And I think there's something else going on with all that as well. We're going to look at vintage pics of America Land, which are fantastic pics, actually, taking us up to giggles, laughs, and everything else under the sun. It's going to be a big show. Buckle up. And I can hear Bach in the background. So let's give you a few shouts. So Joy's in the house. Good to see you. Simo. So somebody was just saying in the chat just now, hi, Dan. Love to meet you, Matt. I was like, well, today I was sitting here, I was thinking, well, I know I said in my head, I don't think I'll bother ever having a meetup again. But like James Bond film, innit? Never say never again, and there was. So there's that, no is never no, is it? So I'm thinking along the lines of having a meetup. There's a local hall here, over 350 people, could probably pick up. I am Karios. Good to see you, my friend. Flat thumbage indeed. Yes, wiggly flat thumbs. As you can see, this is actually the environment I live in. This is the world that I perceive. 540 of you. Right. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Anyway, this week was an epic week because I hit 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. Not bad, eh? Not bad. From 0, my last channel taken out, then I didn't grizzle and go, where? I just thought, fuck you, because I'm too stubborn to give up. I'm going to start again. And then organically, through massive effort, I got to 70,000 subscribers. So thank you, everybody who has subscribed. I really do appreciate that. And any support you've done, sharing. I see all the comments, all the shares everybody does. It's a very fantastic thing. I don't know. Is it even a lot? It sounds like a lot. I don't even know anymore. 70,000. It does sound like a lot, doesn't it? Probably a big YouTuber, am I? I don't even know. I don't feel like. Don't know. What does a big YouTuber feel like anyway? Thank you, Manny. My epic brother, Manny Itch, down there in Austria land, knocking them out for the flat earth, which is feeling pretty epic and strong at the moment after all that clusterfuck that happened. Just made us stronger. Thank you, Joey. Thank you. Hard work paid off and persistence. See what I mean? Persistence always pays off. And it has been like snakes and ladders and a massive wind-up, mind you. But I'm grateful for anything anyway. I was grateful to get up this morning, so there's that. Oh, what a beautiful sunset. So, combat fin. Is there going to be a roller coaster ride? I'm afraid so. You're going to have to buckle in. There's going to be a lot, and I'm going to talk a lot as well. Okay. Thank you. Oh, hiya to you. And Simone, shalom. Is that what you say? I don't know about things. Aleph, good to see you. Oh, greetings from Glastonbury. Good to see you. Aleph, Edgewood. So we got a few of the Glastonbury crew in. So yeah, I might have to come out to Glastonbury. I could have done a little talk down Benedict Street in the chapel there, but it was the last night and I was proper hammered, so there was that. I had to go home. 64 Griffins. Oh no, Karios. No, it was way off the chart. It all will be explained later. That place is highly fucked. Think the BBC's bad? Woo-hoo. Go to a fucking British museum. Okay, no. Can't ignore that. We had to send a complaint letter. Literally traumatized. I don't want to see naked men in a picture. I was fucking terrible state. I was like, what the fuck? What are they doing? Fucking children walking around. They're nutters. Hello from Germany. Hello, Germany. We love you. Danke, Germany, for being German. What would we do without you? That's what I say. Isn't it? These are the bestest. Yes, the bestest shows. So that's what we're doing. We're being the best people we can be. And why wouldn't you anyway? And we're going to love on one another. But why wouldn't you anyway? And we're going to be good peeps. I'm going to take the bull by the horns and learn to be compassionate. Apparently, though, you go into a cave for 10 years just meditating on compassion and never get anywhere, so I read. So that's going to be a fucking doozy. But, you know, it's all part of the spiritual process. I'm 57 now, anyway. And I'm now in the observation mode. I don't need to be an active participant anymore because I've done it all, you see. Hi, Sean. So there's that. Marianne, she got dimples in the cheeks right by there. Jay, good to see you. I made a Marianne song. Monica? Ooh, Newfoundland. It's not Newfoundland, it's Oldfoundland. Roy? Dana? Jay? Okay, with Magma Doodle, we can have a lot of fun. Jean Mortison? Good to see you, Jean. Okay. Well, okay, guys, let's just get stuck into things, okay? Today, we're going to look at what I've been thinking about. And I have been thinking about these cameras for the longest time. Okay, so Big Brother is watching you. We all seen the Big Brother film. And AI's rolled out with it. And they're watching every move we make. And if we go out into the environment, into our city centres, they're watching us. But the boys in the neighbourhoods of Britain, they're barricaded up and stuff, so they don't give a fucking shit. And I can see that there is an element of protection with it, because British cities are getting decidedly stabby just lately, and they nick your shit. So there's that. And I've never really been a fan of crime, if I'm honest with you guys. I don't actually like it. So there's that. So anyway, we'll have a think about things, shall we? Britain is changing. And it's getting more Big Brother and dystopian by the day. And the reason is because there's not enough people. And they're watching the livestock. And maybe an element of protectiveness. Let's not think, why should we, as truthers, automatically auto-hoax that they can get us with something or other? All they're doing is spy on our asses. They've been doing that since fucking day one. I'm going to show you in this that they've been collecting data on every single one of us before computers were around. They had literally data files, especially in communist countries, on everybody. Yeah, there's an element of later on, if you're not really playing the game and you're a bit of a rebel, you might be frowned upon. But I don't think that's the case. I think the British, especially the British, I think they actually want that sort of spirit, the British bulldog spirit of fuck you. Because that's what Britain was, or is, underneath it all. So at first I was like, I don't like this. No, but then no coppers pulled up or anything. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm not actually doing anything. So why would I even be paranoid? So as soon as you step into the city of Cardiff, you can see the centre part. You're on facial recog, same as you are in supermarkets. You got them everywhere. But we do have massive football matches. Now, China, the drastically underpopulated, they ain't got no bombs, they ain't got no fucking big armies, or ain't got shit. And now they can't produce shit because they ain't got the people. All production's going over to America. They're getting ready for it. Soon, everybody will be buying American cool stuff with quality and not that plastic crap made by child slaves that was China, because the game is over. And it has been for quite some time. It's just taken this long to actually notice, because people listen to the news and get fed the other way. There's too many. They literally get up every morning training to beat you up. Hang on, let me get rid of Tony Sachs's thing. I'm coming back. I'm going to come back a second, because that blocks the images. And then I'm going to get back into sharing my thing. Okay. There you are. Okay. Just take an hour off. Oh, I love a bit of Bach. Got a bit of Bach going on in the background, guys. It's make me feel all fuzzy inside. Okay. So facial recognition in use. No, so they're rolling that. That's going to be absolutely everywhere. I see LA is going to be a smart city as well. 2030. Well, soon anyway. So that's going to happen. So all of that will be rolled out, whether we want it or not. could get a load of people going wow, wow, wow on the street, but that's not going to make no fucking difference. They're doing it. Now, why are they watching everybody? That's what you got to think about. It's more than just, oh, they're collecting data on you and they're going to get you fucking later. Well, if you ain't doing fuck all, there's nothing to fucking worry about. And if you are doing anything, then, like doing anything subversive or actually against the people of Britain, well, yeah, fucking let's find out. That in my head. So no facial recognition. So they had a little thing in the city where they went, no, no, no. I'm on the fence at the moment. I'm thinking that there's an element to this because they need to watch the cattle, okay? And they're not actually going out busting everybody. They do say that people on, they're actually saying that thousands of people are getting arrested for doing hurty words on tweets and shit and Facebook. And they keep saying it, but I haven't seen any evidence of any of that even happening. Like, if anyone bring me maybe their charge sheet and present it to me, then maybe then because on the internet I noticed they roll out a fuck ton of fear. They do, and then when you dig into it, because nobody actually does their due diligence and looks for evidence on anything, do they? They just take it. If it's words on a fucking screen, it's fucking true. Is what I find with the internet. But I don't do that. I dig in. I was like, oh yeah, let's do a bit of research, see what we find out. That's me. So Big Brother is watching you. They tell you in this film there's a teleprompter in your room, like a black mirror, the TV that is here. Okay, and they can see you. Okay, they can see you in your room anytime. Who are they? Who are they? Okay, well let's try that. So the controllers, well, people are in the blame game because of fear, aren't they? And people in victim mode are always looking for either another race that the media will tell them, or that the controller information will tell them is the culprit for all of this. When the real culprits, their name never ever gets brought up, ever, because that is the nature of being the controller, is that you're hidden and you're not brought up, okay? Because all of the ones that they tell you are doing it are the ones that are not doing it, because it would be a secret, it would be clandestine. So is the nature of a takeover. But I think that the gig's up, and I think that they are showing themselves. Who are they? Well, I say the Phoenicians, whoever the fuck they are. I couldn't even possibly tell you. Are they human? I don't even know at this stage of the game, guys. The outside controllers, superior human intelligence. Let's just say that. With technology decades ahead of ours. Okay, because this technology they're giving us, they're just drip feeding it, guys. They're just feeding it to us, and they're decades ahead. They've had AI for I don't even know how long. Okay. So in this case, this is for a dystopic control, okay, where they are bullying you, telling you to keep fit, keep your knees up, spying on you. And poor old Winston in the corner there, he thinks that he is not being watched and he's out of the way of the TV prompt, okay? And he's got a diary. Diaries are forbidden. Love is forbidden in this world, okay? Now, they're watching him from the other side of the room in the mirror. They put there's always more than one way to see you. So they were watching everything he done. And they didn't pull him. What they did was they give him enough rope to hang himself, is what they did. Which is what they're doing with the test. They're giving them, yeah, the wah, fuck everybody else, nasty, angry, full of fear, that, yeah, that's coming and fucking done, because that is a test to see whether you got the grit to go over to the new paradigm. The new paradigm isn't going to be a bunch of fucking wah. It's just not going to happen, guys. Because of the progression, of the spiritual progression and evolution of humans. I'm not saying evolution, I'm spiritual evolution. Yeah. And, they're just going to have to keep popping back in until they actually fucking learn. It might take incalculable lives to actually get there. Some of the things that I've learned about myself in the last few weeks with help from my dear friends is that it's been me doing it, and it always been me doing it, and the epiphany that you can change it. Your thoughts, you can change your thoughts, which I do, because I'm literally watching my thoughts as they rise up and analysing them. Yeah, instead of just like, usually I'm just fucking scattermouth, shoot my mouth off without actually analysing what I've said. Although sometimes I can be razor quick and it's on the spot. Other times I'd be like, what the fuck did I say that for? Where did that come from? But now I slow myself and I watch my thoughts and examine where they arose from. So, okay, that's a fear. That fear arose from a childhood fear, a trauma bond. Oh shit, that's just control, a mechanism. I can let go of that now. And as I've been coming to these, these barriers, these layers of the onion, I've been peeling off and getting results as well, guys. Really, really groovy results. I've been feeling really fab about it, actually. Just to be the best, best people we can be, and be an example for the rest of humanity who are just failing miserably in the test. And we are being tested, guys. This is a schoolroom. I no doubt in my mind whatsoever that this is a fucking schoolroom, and we are being tested, okay, by a teacher to see whether or not we can take the shiny things, because the love of money, people will do anything for the love of money. They will sell their actual soul for the love of money. And where will it arrive you? Will it make you spiritually rich? Well, if you can remove the anguish of day-to-day surviving, which soaks up a little bit of your spiritual energy, if you just remove that alone, and then you can concentrate on just your spiritual growth, that's where everybody needs to be at, instead of all wrapped around the axle with other people's shit, which is what a lot of people do. It's like, oh, I feel really fucking bad for them. It's like, who's them? Oh, them, I've seen them on the news. They're getting splatters, aren't they? It's like, well, I don't know, because, the reality is an energy-saving reality. You only need to surrender what I'm actually perceiving and what you're actually perceiving in the VR. So I'm not actually getting it. Unless you actually go there and see all of these splatteroonies, there's no point actually thinking about it, I think. So what we're looking at here, we are looking at the spyage of the past. This guy, yeah, he's got, they might not be, but I think they actually might have X-ray specs, X-ray goggles, yeah. Years ago, that would have been a cheap fantasy of a young man to get some X-ray goggles going on, yeah. These days, not so fucking much. It's like, well, she got a lot more going on than I anticipated. She kissed a girl and she liked it. CCTV also, okay, busts your ass when you fuck everything up in the forklift truck, yeah, in work, that you would have normally blagged and say that it wasn't you, but obviously it was you knocking everything down. So in a way, CCTV, if you do anything wrong, it's going to bust your ass. You're caught. Okay, but in this case, that was double stupidity. But as for other things, yeah, they watch criminal. So we got coppers. Some of them cameras are for coppers, so they can watch like the street criminals and shit, which is like probably fucking all that. Rally them all up, and then you can if CCTV didn't exist, we wouldn't capture this moment, this classic, I feel I'm cool, gonna jump over the rope and completely fade in like a spasmod, isn't it? Look at this. Yeah. Do you think he's ever gonna have a girlfriend when we show this to the whole world? It's like he gets a date, but one of his friends say, yeah, look at this. She's like, yeah, I don't think so. It's not the coolest moment you've ever had, is it, fella? But don't try to be cool. So when I was young, okay, we had the first telephone in my street, okay, because not many people had streets. Had telephones. We had streets. We didn't have telephones. Okay, sorry about that. So we had a party line. We shared our telephone line, with a family, a rude family that lived down in Deer Road. So my mother, when she would have important ship-to-shore calls from my father, who was just going past St John's, Newfoundland, ship-to-shore, because they used to say ship-to-shore, and then there'd be a woman talking on the fucking phone. And my mother would say, "Are you going to be long?" And she'd be, "I'll be as long as I want." You know, fucking hell. You know, British attitude. So that went on for years, that party line. But eventually, the BT managed to connect us up with our very own line. Ooh, look at you, your own line. And they went through these things, telephonists who listened to every fucking word if they wanted. And they could plug them into a tape recorder and record your calls, even back in the day. If you remember in the 90s and the thousands, there was the phone tapping gate in Britain, where like people like Harvey out of E17 and other celebrities in Britain had their phones bugged, and then they had their personal stuff splattered all over the sun. But it was probably all made up anyway, because it just is. So they have been listening in anyway since time immemorial. And I think all of this bell technology and phone technology and camera technology is older Tatarian technology, as I'm going to explain in this post. So check this camera out. This is if you want to take a photograph of a giant. I'm not sure exactly how you get your face to it or how it works. Maybe they're going to drop you off to the Jolly Green Giant and he's going to take a photograph. That'd be very nice. So this is back in the communist days. This is in the Czech Republic in Prague, or what was Yugoslavia. And these are working in the ministry. And the ministry collects files on every single one of its people, just like in the Big Brother movie. And all of the files and all of the data on all of the people, what they do, sexual habits, what they spend their money on, everything all goes into these little drawers and little tabs where they got on everybody. So they've been doing it since time immemorial, especially the communist days, but they definitely do it in these modern dystopic days. Now, considering in their mindset, that we are only cattle or stock that can be sold on the stock exchange, that's you, that is, okay, didn't consent, doesn't matter, then that's all they're concerned about. They're not really feeling, oh, look at these poor little people. Are they hungry? Oh, they look like they might be getting wet in the rain. They don't actually give human empathic feelings towards us, because that is not what we are doing here. We're here to work for them, and we all did it. We consented to giving up our entire reality to work for this just 1% of elites, and we all do it. Now, loose lips sink ships. Walls have ears. They also have ice creams. But this is a listening device in World War II. This little fella here, he had to sit in there and he could hear literally planes coming from miles and miles and miles away with his big ears. Okay. But you could spy. If you ramp that up and you listen to people, you could probably hear individuals' conversations. I think spying has been going on all along, but, you know, with double agents and people doing shit against the state and stuff, that's always been going on. That's happening. But we're ramping it all up to like every single fucking corner. I'm starting to think that they are literally desperate about losing their stock, because I think that humanity is in peril. I think that if this is left unchecked in a generation or two, the streets are going to be empty, the infrastructure is going to collapse. There won't be enough fucking people to keep any of this going, guys. Just think about it. Just think about it. That is what is fucking happening. Got it all ass fucking backwards is what we did, or I did. So that's good, isn't it? When you take a photograph, you shoot somebody, yeah, do a photographic shoot, and here, that's really clever actually. Shoot, and you can literally make a little movie of the scene. so to speak. Have you ever seen this? Hugo Gernsback's The Isolator. So he was a member of the American Physical Society, and the author a work in his private study aided by an isolator. Outside noises are eliminated, and the worker can concentrate with ease on the subject at hand. Oh, I don't think I'd like that. No sound or anything like that. I tell you another thing I don't like is when you got headphones on and somebody tells you what the fuck to do. Breathe in. It's like, what? I'll breathe when I want to, thanks. Now, hold your breath. It's like, fuck no. And let's breathe out. I'm like, no, again. I'll just breathe in my own time, thank you. It's for your own good. It's like, well, I'm feeling a bit stressed now. I've got palpitations. So, anyway. Technology, as I said, has been dripped out. They've had, surveillance and stuff. I don't even bother anymore, right, taping my cameras over. What the fuck for? Yeah, my life is a fucking open book. If they want to see it, they can fucking see it. I don't even give a fuck. And the fact, I leave my locator on for when I do travelings and stuff as well, which I do a lot, because I look at my Google Maps later and see how extensively I have travelled, which I really like. But here, they knew back in the day, world knowledge at your fingertips, the fantastic dream. Or is it? Computers can give you, computers can give you a lot more in the early 90s. So even back in the day, they knew back then, they predictably programmed everybody into, you're going to have TVs where you can speak to another human being. Now, the fact is, they had Skype in the 1930s and before then, guys. I've shown this before, but Skype are like literally plagiarizing. But, this is what the nature of the place where we live in. There's very few original thoughts and content providers. So just like today, she's got like the monitor, the camera, and she's talking on a headpiece. She can just piss around the house, talking to a friend on Skype. Okay. Even further back in time than the 1950s, this radio teleview of document and distant station. So even further back in time, you can see, visuals of another place. Now, I think this technology, I would put it back into Taria. There's loads, the all-seeing eye of Horus, okay? The fact that the Masonic symbology and the alchemical symbology shows us there is an all-seeing eye. It's on the American dollar. It's on the top of the pyramid. It's the Masonic deal. There's an eye, AI, and it's fucking watching you, and it's been there all along. This place is construct. You get down to it, fucking hell, switches, ons and offs, ones and zeros, binary, just like the I Ching said. Because the I Ching says, when you get down to the fundamentals, it's binary. And I think it is. It's like Mimsy, the last Mimsy. Dig right down there, it'll say fucking Microsoft. This old alchemical thing, you can see. There's something, the hidden hand, which I've always, So I was wondering whether or not there was anything external that interfered with my life. I've been, what I thought was angels saving me from imminent death, voices that just come out of the ether into my head. And also in crisis, I heard a non-audible voice saying everything's going to be all right, Matt. And it was. So I was like, okay, that's come from out there. That's come from God or an angel sent by God to say everything is going to be all right. But now I've got to analyze it a lot more over the years. I think that was probably me saving me. I think that the power of the mind is that massive. I think that was me saving me because I could see me. I was remote viewing me. And I woke me up, is what I think. So I think the human mind is that powerful that we can do things like that. People construct all sorts. I got attacked ceaselessly last night for a humorous meme. Now, the only thing I can say about religion is it's just another form of mind control, okay? But if it's your coochie blanket and it makes you feel good, fuck yeah, do it. It's your spiritual path, it's your journey. You're just passing through. I'm just passing through. I don't give a fuck. That's great. But, when you're attacking me, saying you're a blasphemous, this, that, and the other, I'm not. That's the thing, you see. I'm not. Yeah. I think that I'm love. If there is, a God that is love, I think that I am love. I think that I am holy. So in that regard, which I do think, it's very curious that I get attacked by spiritual or religious types so much. Don't you think? Pretty weird. Anyway, so I always feel like I got you got a pair of ears like a Ferengi, hasn't he? So every society and every culture has a Ferengi, by the way. So that's what they'd like to do eventually. Now you can get. They look really good, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go down this road. So they've got glasses now where you can look up to the right-hand corner and it mags right up. You've got mag glasses, but now they got contact lenses where you look to the left and it'll mag up, look to the right, it'll give you the internet. All of that shit in your eyepiece. They got it coming. I bet you any money with this, transhumanization thing they got going on, that people would consider having an eye removed and some sort of implant going in there to connect them up to a wider grid. I've got a feeling as well that what is happening with the internet and everything just recently is the early days. We're just a drip into it and it's coming whether we want it or not. It's probably best not to fucking resist because we can't fight it. We can't. It's everything. And I think that it's going to get easier. I noticed in Glastonbury, nobody was holding phones. So there might be a point in the future where everyone will just be like, yeah, right, fuck you. And just put them away. Just bring them out when they want to Uber. Yeah, instead of just, does anybody like me? Oh, well, let me just check, see if I'm constant verification that you're a human fucking being is what they want. Because that's what they're doing. See my friends on WhatsApp. See what's happening. What the fuck for? And they're only talking bollocks, most people. So they do conceal a lot of cameras. As you can see here, you've got the Masonic owl, which is in all loads of Masonic symbology, but also Bohemian Grove. But also on the flag of Tartaria, the owl shows up quite a bit, doesn't it? But yeah, it's got cameras inside and its head moves where they sneakily watching people. So there's that going on as well. And I think it's been going on all along. And they're going to watch the stock, whatever. And like I said, maybe there's an element of mind control with it. What I witnessed this week with the Katy Perry thing, somebody even said to me that, they thought it was actually happening. I was like flabbergasted. It was like, really? So that's obviously CGI, innit? It's like, fuck no. So I'm just flabbergasted that anybody would actually consider that was really happening, and all of the other weird shit that's going on in the world right now. Just like, well, yeah, no. Where you seeing that on the news? Yeah, of course you were. What if they were just like, there's an element, they are mind controlling them. Okay, they're doing it. They use, all the tools. If you're in the truth community, you know all about neuro-linguistic programming. You know all about, there are technologies out there available which they are using, which keep people dumbed down the education. And people just won't even ask the questions anymore. They'll just, if the shit fits where I don't want to go any further spiritually growing or anything like that. I'm just going to live, work, fart, die. That will be me. But that's fucking like 8 out of 10 people, isn't it? And why would people opt for that reality? Mind control. They don't know there's more, and they do not know the power of their mind. When things do come up in their lives, paranormal stuff and all of that, they're like, that was ghosts, yo. Any paranormal experience, when you change it, that's your mind doing that. And you can take it with you, and it'll follow you your whole life, because the mind is that powerful that it'll create things like that. Once you start thinking about it, it all gets spooky. You ever notice that? So here is in what looks like the 18th century, looking at this geezer's hat, and you can see he's got like some, I'm guessing, Caesar thing that's sticking out in the wall. But look at this building as well, this room. It's not like an ordinary room. It's got like contours in it, yeah, like soundproofing. I can't be sure if he's actually playing music out of these giant speakers that are conical as well, so that can will amplify as well. There's one up here from a smaller chamber, and if you can see here, there's another one from this chamber with people underneath, all people out in the square. So I don't think that he's sitting there or standing there listening to people in a piazza, because all of their voices would be all confused. You can't isolate one voice or another. I think that they are playing something out of this into the environment. I think churches were doing similar as well, but more healing. Don't want to think, that it was for a bad thing. But I definitely think that they can mind control. But I definitely think they can change people's feelings about what's going on. The environment will change. I noticed that, your thoughts can influence the weather that much. And I noticed that if, you get a load of people all thinking exactly the same thing with love, that will actually happen. It is like magic. But that is this place, guys. That is this place. They know that. But they rob everyone from that power. But I think the keys are there for everybody to get it back. There's a new paradigm coming, being rolled out, and a reset in front of our very eyes. I do really think that this last batch is highly corruptible. We've had the entire 1900s, the entire 100 years at war, guys. So they say. But the devastation is in the photographic record. My parents were in it. My father was in it. My mother was in it. So that shit went down. And the entire 100 years of just war and killing. So they tell us. But this 100 years, we're 25 years into this millennia. And what have we had so far? PSYOP after PSYOP after PSYOP. We had a plague. And the spookiest thing of all is this rollout of this new technologies. Check this out. This is curious. So we got pipe organ, as we've established, vibrational qualities, healing. But I love musical boxes. And this is playing music and the harpsichord. But you've got strange little Cherepanowskis, and it looks like the entire mechanism is steam powered. You've got a water wheel that's driving that, and it looks like you've got a bit of boiling going on, which is driving the whole thing. So it's mechanical, runs by steam. Oh, I love this song in the background. So beautiful. So yeah, I can imagine after a reset when they come into these church machines, and they're like, you got these organs there, and they're like, shit. And you get one genius comes in, is like, I'm going to put my keyboard on that. Dun, 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 dun. The first ones, I think, were harpsichords. They had another version as well. Something chord. And then they crank up these beautiful organs, which I witnessed one of them in that shitty museum I went to, which I'm going to complain about drastically a bit later. Rightly so as well. Fucking not on. My poor eyes were offended. And then I felt all like, I was in a really good mood before I went there. I was really excited. I want to see Celtic stuff. And then by the time we left there, we both were like totally deflated by what we were forced to endure. And well, look at. So yeah, it turns out in the past, some of these Ferrugia buildings, I know this is a bit dark, we can still see what's going on here. Tubulous, they have giant pipes, flutes. One here, conicled as well, twisted, tubulous. Another one here, so an entire building that is devoted to making sound. Yeah, imagine if the wind blows through this and activates it. So what are they doing with sound then? Okay, we're moving on. So I think the technology has been around all along, and I think they've been spying on us all along. And I've always had that eerie feeling something's looking at me as well. Even when I was thinking when I was a kid, when we first had colour telly. I was lucky. I had a small portable telly in my bedroom as a kid. So, 12, 13 years of age, I could watch telly until it went off. But in them days, TV went off at like 11 o'clock. But as you can see here, 1936, before the Second World War, guys, you could go into this place here, free television talk station. Talk stations, guys. Internet cafe where you can Skype with your girlfriend who lives down from Leipzig to Munich on the interwebble. And it would have looked like that. So full stereo, although you got the old-fashioned earpiece, you've got to have to hold that up, doesn't matter. And he's doing the same thing there. Now, if it's that advanced and they're doing Skype in the 1930s, I think it's safe to presume that they were doing it a decade or so earlier. And I think a long time earlier. Here's the setup for these Skype units. Obviously, it's a little bit big, but it's a TV before the Second World War. Soon as the Second World War was over, everybody gets a TV. In time for 1952 in Britain for the Queen's coronation. All worked out precisely. Remove all the railings, because that's going to interfere with EMFs. Remove lead paint, because that's going to block EMFs. So we need for them to get through. So as you can see here in Germany as well, they got big antennas because they are doing television and Skype there as early as 1935. 1928, they're doing Skypes. In 1928, 1935, so in the 1920s. Okay, so let's go back to the First World War. They're definitely doing things like this. Only they're not telling us. Berlin to Leipzig, Leipzig to Berlin on a Skype call. How fantastic is. So, okay, 1936, okay. But we also know all technology released for the public usage has been previously tested and used extensively by the military in many wars during the preceding 150 years. To what year does that take us? 1936, 150 to 1786. So I did show evidence, guys, just before I go any further, of a lens that looked like a camera lens that belonged to apparently the person that was supposed to be Napoleon. Anyway, as it's no secret, lenses and electrical cables existed long before 1786. Then imagine Queen Victoria or Napoleon sitting in their chair in their palaces watching on the wall how battles in Tartary are fought and listening to their generals and even giving them orders real time. Makes you say, why not? I think it's a definite possibility because, like I said, they got technology years ahead of us, and I bet you the elites definitely use it years before us. So I posted this first of all, God, how many years now? About 8 years ago, I think it was. And I seen this week, what's his name? That Billy Carson posted this, his new discovery this week. Everyone's like, wow, my mind's blown. Like, fucking hell, I keep up. Two chicks walking down the road. There is film of this available. They're using wireless telephone. They put the cable on a bollard or a fire hydrant, earth in it. She using the umbrella and puts it up as an antenna. They got wireless telephone as well. 1920s. Nothing new is actually under the sun. They've had all this before. If they had wireless telephones in the 1920s, imagine the surveillance was pretty much the same as well. They did that though. Food for thought, food for thought. Now, the National Museum of Cardiff. I've got a bit of a dodgy history. This has been recurring. This is another thing, see. I've got a bit of problems with this museum. I got actually kicked out of there once years ago. Some of you may have remembered, where I was taking a photograph of their dinosaur chicken bones, and a woman said, "You can't take photographs." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Because they're dinosaurs." I said, "Well, they're not. They're chicken bones, obviously." She went and called all the security, and they forced me out of the building. So I stayed away for a few years, and I went back in there, thought I'd give him another go. So me and Cheryl went in there because she wanted to see the Celtic stones and the Neolithic stuff, which I did myself. We go in there, they say, no, we haven't got any of them left. We moved them to the National Museum, the St. Fagans Museum 10 years ago. It's like, right. So have you got any old stuff? She's like, no, not really. There's a big hole down there with a little tiny moon rock in it, though. I was like, nah, don't worry. I've seen a moon rock. Yeah, fucking awesome. What else you got? Got dinosaurs. Are they real? No, they're just imitation. Got anything else? There's some lovely art on the first floor. So off we go. Trot, 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 trot. Marble staircase to the fucking gallery. So they got some, fucking hell. They had some Monets and other shit in there. And that's what I actually come to the conclusion now with Picasso and all of them, really. I've just come to the conclusion, right? I was like, hang on. Am I really witnessing genius here, or am I just being stupid? And they're just really crap. And I've come to the conclusion that the Impressionists, are just tripping, drawing bollocks. Anyway, that's just me. I might be changing my mind next week. Anyway, so we go into this art gallery. There's that organ thing that I mentioned earlier, and they got all of these fucking pictures on the wall. So we go into one, right, and it's got a massive picture of a little girl with a black eye smiling. I'm like, smiling, violence, child, what is going on in here? And I look around, and then there's another picture of like a naked boy playing guitar, sat in a puddle of piss. And then my internal, like, sort of alarm bells are going off, like, holy fuck, what is this? And then there's this picture called German Backpackers, which was basically a dozen men moseying around in a field, bollock naked, with backpacks on. Really strange, like dangly bits and everything. So after that, the trauma, we were like, felt unwell, and I didn't want to eat after that or anything. So I was like fucking mentally fucked up. It was like, get me out of here, get me out of here. So we made a complaint. So basically, no actual antiques in the museum, and they got a whole room devoted to weird sort of art that I can't get my. Even the statues were like sexual acts. I couldn't get my head around it. I was like, fuck me. I'm in hell. Yeah, I mean, literal hell. That's what they've done in this place here. So they got a dinosaur and they got a fucking moon rock. That's where it's got to. Well, I seen a moon rock. It was shit. The Queen of the Netherlands, she got a moon rock off NASA, but she's like, oh, it looks like a chunk of wood. I think I'll have it analysed. Well, in a Dutch accent. And the scientists come back. They said, yeah, it's a bit of wood, petrified wood. She's like, wood? On the moon? So she contacted NASA and she said, Wagwan, with, she didn't say that. It was more in a Dutch accent. Hofferdomme. She went, Hofferdomme with the wood. And they went, yeah, well, what it was, right, is we didn't really get that many moon rocks back from our moon rockery. So basically we had to lie. We didn't have enough to give all you royalties and world leaders. So we had to lie. That's what they told her. She's like, right, well, I don't think I'll be trusting you again then, NASA. NASA stands for never a straight answer. Anyway, space has just gone nuts, haven't it? I think that's definitely going to come undone, all of that. And the way that the money they spend in trying to disprove it when all they actually do is prove it is fucking ridiculous. Carry on. Fucking hell. So yeah, dinosaurs, my favourite. So that's the kids now. They go in there. Ooh, moon rocks. Ooh, dinosaurs. Ooh, strange art. Fucking God help us. Anyway, so not even going to believe it. I couldn't believe it. So I went into one large room, okay, in the museum. And there's this thing, Robert the fucking doll, looking at me. I'm going, fucking hell, what the fucking hell is this? So firstly, all right, I thought it might be a Welsh witch or Welsh shaman, which it may very well be. I did research. Apparently some loony lady, she might not be, I'll take that back, produced it in 1962, so a beatnik then. Anyway, it's got a top hat on, crazy face hair, a beard. So a beard, I'm guessing it ain't a chick. I don't know. but antlers that are covered up. And then strangely, when I got back, everything on the internet that day was fucking antlers. I'm like, I'm getting antlered. I want to find out what all this means. There might be a message with the antlers, like some sort of secret, like connection to nature. Because antlers, they got fuzzy felt all over them. Yeah, they literally rub it off like that on trees, but it grows back. They're like tiny little hairs. I think they do more anyway. So yeah, so they chuck some shit old blankets over it. It looks like a homeless fucking person. It looks like something that comes up into homeless in Glastonbury fucking festival, right? And 3 legs. It's a bit Rolf Harris 3 legs, isn't it? Jake the Peg with the extra leg. What are they? So a shaman, possibly a witch, possibly gets its own entire room. It's got a vibe coming off it like it's a fucking live, and it's got a bit, well, Robert the Doll buzz about it. Okay, so I felt really strange after staring at that thing, and I was like looking around, and it was like, oh fucking hell, it's still looking at me. There it is, side on, with the 3rd leg. I don't know. There it is from the back with the 3rd leg, and antlers on his head and a top hat. An entire room dedicated to that. I thought it was highly creepy and highly fucking sinister. So what is with the antlers anyway? Well, there is an antler god. There's 2 antler gods, actually. And they're tied in with Celtic mythos or Celtic folklore. You can see here a member of Hell Lung, the Danish pop group. They're not a pop group, whatever. But yeah, you see these loads and antlers in alchemical depictions I've noticed in the past. But you can see the Celtic sort of pagans. They'll get antlers on their head. I think here is Maria Franz, who is lead singer of the Danish pagan group, and she's got antlers on her head. I think she's connecting up with the with something or other with the antlers. And they're definitely opposite Tauruses as well, and they've all got them on. So it's definitely to do with God, and it's to do with a connection to Glastonbury. Of course it is. So what we got here is an antlered god. This god here is Lord Anwen, and Lord Anwen is a Celtic deity. Okay, Lord Anwen is a benevolent. No, he's not malevolent or benevolent. Actually, he's a bit on the fence. He's not doing any of that. But he is the Lord of good things, wild things, and he's the Lord of wild things that come out of nature and wealth and abundance. So it's good. It's a good catch. He's a good catch. But Anwen is the Welsh underworld. And the entrance to the Welsh underworld of Arwen is at Glastonbury Tour, as I talked about on my Glastonbury post. If you watch that, interesting, he's got a serpent in his hands. There's definitely a message. The serpent rising. It's Kundalini, isn't it? It's all it ever has been. Also, and there's another lord as well in the Norse tradition who is Communos, like with Mew. I'm wondering as well is Sermunos. This is the Nordic lord with the antlers. And it's got Mew in there. So it's Sir Mew Nos. Mew, like the lost continent of Mew. I wonder if these people with antlers on their heads, these gods, are survivors of like Lemuria or Mew. You know, like people say, oh, well, like Merlin, he's the survivor of Atlantis, isn't he? Well, maybe they're not all the survivors of Atlantis. Maybe Mew and Lemuria have got a song in all of this as well, because they're supposed to have existed. I've got 2 books over there talk all about it. So that was weird after Robert the Doll and then all of this stuff. I definitely, although I'm not sure, I think there's a definite connection with what is going on. Antlers, I don't even know. What it is, life's a tapestry. We don't see the full tapestry. We just see the back bits. Okay. I think what we're trying to do is know the unknowable. It's not knowable. So I just like to go with, I don't actually know anything really. So these are feathers, ethers. They interact with the ether or whatever you want to call it. This environment that's around us, this liquidy medium that we find ourselves in, or our avatars find ourselves in. Our souls, however, where are they? Everything is in motion all of the time. You've noticed how busy everything is. It's all moving around us, isn't it? But our souls aren't moving at all. Our souls remain still. And it is possible to slow it all down inside. Find an inner stillness and a place in your mind where you can see your thoughts, analyze them, and literally, the subconscious or whatever's been going on with this niggly fucker in the back of my head, that would, like, sometimes my life used to be like literally taken over. I was like a thing possessed, like a complete fucking wild child, guys. You wouldn't even imagine. But that's like completely gone. I put it down to like, was it like possession? I thought, but I literally think it was a vibrational thing, but all part of my growing as well. So there's that. So yeah, that's what I've been looking into. Very strange old stuff. Celtic mythos is interesting. Let me come back for a minute and find out what's going on, because I could be like literally just a loony person talking to myself in my room. 874. No, I'm not. There's literally nearly 900 people in my chat. Good to see you. Happy Easter, whatever you're doing. I don't know if you have Easter eggs, and I don't know if you have turkey on a Sunday in your country, wherever you are. You having an Easter egg hunt? Are you, Eric? Good to see you. All right, what we got in chat then? Oh my God, and Julia Carmen. Is Julia Carmen in my chat? There she is. Yes, I see. I could accessorize these antlers. Yeah, I bet you could. I seen your little stint on Facebook at the Alien Convention, but I didn't actually speak in because, well, not to put a finer point on it, they just fucked up the tech again. How much you paying your technicians? I could sort that. No, I really could. I'm really good with tech. Kate, good to see you. Yesterday, I went at rock hunting, looked at my phone. It was 11:11. Oh, I had a bit of 11:11 going on yesterday as well. So much. Oh no, I love you, Eric, my brother. You never fucked up at all. It was just meant to go like that. Things happen for a reason. Doesn't matter. I still got my face on the poster in Las Vegas. Still got my name up in lights, bro. I made it in Vegas. Don't worry, I don't actually care. Like I said, I'm grateful just to be here. So, Mystery Grey, senior rings on the antlers. Oh, so yeah, any more decodes on these antlers? I want to know what's going on. I haven't really got to it. I definitely think it's ether science, which could probably help. And you have wild haggis. Oh, I like wild haggis, Ghost Rider. It's nice, that is, with a bit of... I haven't had wild haggis. I've had haggis. Tastes like faggots. So, hi, Nora. I wasn't ignoring you. I see you there, lovely. And Ryan... Oh, Ryan Lusted. Oh, happy 420. Yeah. Okay. Eddie, like a long hair connection, along them lines. Yeah. Well, I talk a lot about clove tech, don't I? Clothing being... aiding us in the past. Adam and the Antlers. Prince Charming. The Catalonian, they worship the horned gods, but no antlers. Right. Yes, there's a few horned gods out there. I've noticed that. Marion, good to see you. And Hippie Shake and Bob Sykes. I seen Bob Sykes, right? Check him out, right, guys. See Bob Sykes, yeah? He's like a fucking superhero. I seen him years ago. Like, I think he's like on a video on Facebook, trotting through like Thailand or something. Fucking kung fu and shit. It was amazing. I'm like, fucking go, Bob Sykes, go. Can't believe I know that man. Fucking hell. Unbelievable stuff. Well done, you. You nailed it. So what we got there? The Adam and Eve story. Yes, I know. Thanks, CIA. Most trustworthy. Yeah, Ishtar. Yes, I know. It's all of that. But we're going to make believe anyway. Like people make believe there's dinosaurs in space and stuff. Okay. I got it all wrong. I actually thought Jesus was being born. That's Christmas, isn't it? It's the other one, isn't it? Can you imagine if Jesus came back, off his UFO or whatever on Good Friday? He's like, "Yo, what go on?" They're saying, "Hi, oh hi, boss." So, well, what's today then? What's the celebration? Oh, this is Good Friday. Oh, Good Friday. What happened? They crucified you. You're like, yeah, right. Thanks a bunch, guys. So go offs. So that's basically what goes on in this place a lot. Go offs. Anyway, each to their own. I'm probably completely off. Probably don't know what I'm on about anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's all entertainment in the fields of truthtainment. And a glimpse inside of Martin's Brian. Have any of you tried Flyer Garrick? Asked Simone. Fill her in, guys. Fill her in. She likes the old Anamita, or she's interested in the old Anamita. Absolutely fantastic anti-inflammatory. It's not much good for tripping, though. Pamela, good to see you. And Machiavelli. Christine Funky Junkie. National Velvet comes from the inside of the antlers. Oh, does it? Natural Velvet comes from antlers. I didn't know that, Chrissy. I did notice that it was really smooth, and I have touched antler stuff, and it was like fuzzy felt. It was bloody lovely. And they rub it off on trees, don't they? And then they grow it all back. Hello, goddess of death. Oh, thanks for being here, guys, and sharing your flat day night with me at Easter. I don't know what's happening weather-wise over there. Hope it's all jolly good. Went to shit in an handbag here, but all's good. I quite like the rain anyway. I noticed that when I'm away from the rainy environment in a hot place, I'm like, fucking hell, give me some shitty British weather. Hiya, Heidi Stanton, David, and my brother Dallas, who's over there. Ta-da! We love you, Dallas. Scott, who's in the house, my friend, as well. And True Seeker is you, are you in? Me. And Steve, and Morgan, and Hari Krishna. Hurry. Animita Mascara is not for the week. It's rainy here as well. It's a bit cold as well. I got the heating on. Fucking hell. Hello. I don't say hello. I say hiya. Hello has got hell in the word, but being as we're dead and in hell, it doesn't matter anyway. And there's not many of us left, so they got to keep up the numbers. Otherwise, it'll all collapse. Maximus Homiest. Oh, all right then. James Latimer, happy Easter to you, my friend. Okay. But before you all get all fat on Easter eggs, you got all chocolate dripping out of your mouths, it's like that, watching Flat Earth British, sat in a chair with all crumbs on you. Hope you are. Make sure to share this out. Get some more people over, if you would. Share. There's been hardly any swearing, and we've got all the funny stuff and loads more to come on this show. It's early days, yeah. Okay, the next subject now. We're going to look at earthquakes, and I got some stunning photos to share with you. And we're going to look at Port Royal, once called the wickedest city in the world. It was just outside of Kingston, Jamaica, birthplace of Robert Nesta Marley, the reggae god. So, yeah, it was a busy old city. They had a lot of Tatarian buildings there and stuff. They had a big fuck-off Starfoot here and a Starfoot down here, the High Street. And it was famous for pirates. Now, there are a lot of Welsh pirates. Blackbeard, Teach, pirate was also, I think Anne Bonny was Welsh as well. There were a load of Welsh pirates. Oh, Captain Morgan, after Captain Morgan's run, he was from Cairo here. Well, his father was. And Captain Morgan was from Llanishen, just up the road here. So a lot of these famous Caribbean pirates were from where I am here in South Wales. Anyway, so this place had a really fateful day. They built a city on a sand spit, like Dubai, and apparently the whole place tremored and the entire city sunk into the sand, and everybody got killed, apparently. But you can see the existence of the one Starfoot still there. It's flooded, you can see, and it's been taken by the sea, but it was on the coast there. and now it has been encroached. That is the smaller one. Okay, excuse me. Let's go back. Oh, bloody fucking blinking heck. So, yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah, so in this period of the 1600s, a lot of most, if not all, South America was shared between the Spanish and the Portuguese. Portuguese had the Brazil side and the Spanish had the rest. And, you know, the same thing was going on for the Caribbean islands. There was a few, one or two with British help, but the rest of it was the Spanish and the Portuguese. But the British, you can see. I think the British were something to do with it. The wickedest city on earth, and the events as well of Lisbon. You know, it's just doesn't make no sense when you read it. The events that happened in the fire of San Francisco supposed to be an earthquake. Always the biggest Phoenician port in the world. Always. Look at this, though. You know, this, excuse me. How old this entrance is. What the fuck? Excuse me, my language. Oh, no. Havana. That's Havana. That is in the island of Cuba. But again, it's this Phoenician thing going on in Havana. Excuse me. So, yeah, these forts, these star forts, red brick, look a bit like the flat red brick that you get with what they call the Romans. And this bit's all new on the top, but they've got a big fortage going on there out on the spit. So, yeah, pretty advanced. Let me just find that actual, excuse me, map of. So, yeah, these star forts are crazy, but there is one of Port Royal in the 1600s, which will show you the event. I don't know where that is a minute. But there's a star fort there. You can see a giant church inside with like a crane on it. A few buildings going on. A few buildings going on there. Barbaria. Oh, that's Tripoli. Very, excuse me. Look at the size of that dock there. So anyway, so a big earthquake happened in 1907 in old Jamaica, as well as this entire island sinking. That is Port Royal. It's that old bloody newspaper cutting. I was actually reading it this morning. Excuse me. Let me just get off there. Now, if you look at Kingston, this was in 1907. I'm going to go and turn my heating off in a minute because I've got sweat on. A coloured, oh, I don't like that saying, merchant given away to despair and utter wreck of his fortunes. Oh, shit. So, yeah, Kingston, Jamaica has got a lot of Tatarian buildings. So, excuse me, just stay there. I'm going to turn my heating off. That's fucking boiling. So, yeah, let's have a look at the damage here in the old earthquake. So, I'll dig that map up. I wanted to show you. 16, what the fuck was that date? I think it was 1657. Anyway, but so it's not the first time that this place has had a huge earthquake. And look at these people. Nothing left. Just very similar to, you know, San Francisco and, you know, literally 1 year later than San Francisco. Native soldiers amongst the ruins. So, like, literally the entire city's like this. There's a giant aerial on there, but it is in the period of radio. So they got martial law, Jamaican soldiers, and the city churches crumbled. How bad are these? So, yeah, there was a serious earthquake a couple of weeks ago, wasn't there? In Burma, isn't it? I can't say Myanmar or whatever it's called. And adjoining countries, Laos, I think, and other countries, huge. And some people were suggesting that there would be some deliberate happenings with that, because a lot of people are thinking that these events that we witness are not actually plate tectonics at all. And things moving and the crushing and causing these, you know, these events. Some people think there's a technology at play because of the places it hits. You know, these major ports, these capital cities. Look at that. That looks scorched and burnt there, doesn't it? there's been a fire. Let's have a little look at that. Yeah, it's been burned. So there must have been fires there. But when you see like Jamaican videos, like, you know, reggae videos, Port Royal Street, that street takes you straight to Port Royal, which also got destroyed in the past. But yeah, streets are all cleared, everything falling in its footprint. And these people, you know, they're not that rich. Look at this. Spaghetti sky wires are all down, but the pole is there. Look at that church spire teetering over. So yeah, I didn't really know about this event, and there's been a lot of earthquake events in the Caribbean. You know, there was the Montserrat event, and I think there was one in Trinidad and Tobago as well, around the same period, which were apocalyptic, weren't they? So look at these soldiers. Yeah, it must have been apocalyptic, especially for a place that is so poor. They reusing the bricks. They just take them and they stack them, and the awful earth convulsion. That's what they say, the earth convulsing. There's something else going on with an earthquake. The exponential, you know, from a 7.1 to an 8 is like 10 times bigger. I can't even imagine, because I've only felt my room move. I've never felt a big earthquake at all. Look at that. Didn't go though, did it? Have you ever felt a big earthquake? I've never really. I missed your talk. I seen it, Eric. I keep an eye on things, me. See what's going on. Okay, we're moving on. Mouri. Okay, let's talk about a new subject, still connected with Tataria and mud floods. I'm looking into the Mouri of New Zealand. This is a painting of the Maoris. Now, the narrative in New Zealand is potty, isn't it, guys? You know, they they go there late 1700s, and then there's all of these buildings that you see in the modern day in Christchurch, Wellington, etc. Massive Tatarian buildings. I think they were there already. But anyway, the Maori, which populated New Zealand, very interesting people, Maori. I've seen a lot of them because I'm from Cardiff, and the New Zealand play, the All Blacks play Wales all the time in the rugby. They build these, the Maori. I've tried to find if there's another civilization that build these as well. I can't find any. They're huge. I don't know what they are, guys. They look like they're made out of timber, and they're huge scaffoldings, if you like, with flags upon them. Here, a bit like I don't know, made out of wood, but a bit like harp or something, with flags all over them. The Maori build these. This one's a pyramid, but look at the size of them. I wonder what they mean. But that's a pyramid, isn't it? And it's ever decreasing. It's definitely a pyramid. And look how big it is. And they build them, the Maori. They build pyramids. Isn't that quite a thought? So what do they look like? Well, the indigenous population, the Maoris themselves, are Caucasian. White people. Here are some Maoris from early 1800s, you can see. They're not got the tattoos on their faces either, and they're not doing the haka when they greet you. You know, this is a white woman, isn't it? These are Caucasian people. And we have the tattooed tribesman here, Hom of New Zealand, the man of New Zealand. That's what we expect to see of the Maori, the tattooed face. And there are other civilizations I've seen that have tattooed face, some of them in South America as well. There. But very like the North American Indians with feathers, and the tattoos, what they signify, there's not too many civilizations that tattoo their faces. But Caucasian, what about this? The ladies do not do it. She looks woman of New Zealand. Could be the people of another continent. A Mouri, maybe. Let's have a look. Now these have got feathers on their head. They look a little bit like them Floridians. They do. See, I've seen evidence on an old map of Aboriginals. I know they're from Australia. In large portions of Tataria on a map. You know, in Asia, it was a big, massive letters near Mongolia, and it says Aboriginals. I posted about it years ago. I don't know if any of you remember that. I thought it was really interesting because Aboriginals are supposed to just be in Australia, but I'm guessing they got there somehow. So yeah, they really like white men, quite bulky, and they look like them Floridians, don't they? They got the same build and everything. Right, let's have a look at this Mouri gentleman. He's just in furs and got a club, and he's not as advanced as them other ones by the looks of him. Who even knows? So yeah, the British Navy, they come in. We just discovered New Zealand. Wow, this looks nice. Look at the size of these guys here. These giants, because they're literally standing in the sea, or are they in the boat? What's going on? No, they could be standing in a boat, but still, they look really fucking big, don't they? So anyway, they come and meet. Have you ever seen the film Mutiny on the Bounty? That's what's needed, a mutiny. What a brilliant film. I love that film. Fletcher Christian, yeah, gets a mutiny going. But they go to this small Southern Pacific island where they fall in love with a load of hula girls, Hawaiian girls like that. And they're beautiful. But they got a hole full of fucking eggplants, yeah? And Captain Miserable Bollocks Blight, he wants to take them off to Britain because they're worth an absolute fortune, them eggplants. I'm not sure what an egg fucking plant is. Again, a clue. That feast there, the Mouri feast at Remuria. Remuria. Mew is in it. Remuria. Remuria. Again, with the Mew and the Mouri. I just think there's a connection. I think New Zealand was part of the continent of Mew, as I mentioned before. But yeah, really unusual stuff with the Mouri. I need to research some more of the Mouri. Right, let's have a look at some of antiquities nonsense, because it's a bit of a fucking shit show out there, as you all know. Excuse my language, I never swore. Happy Easter. Oh, well, don't worry, we're just making believe, okay? Because that's what the paradigm does. They do Easter this time of year, but really it's Happy New Year, isn't it? And I'm just bringing the good vibes if you want to do a Happy Easter. So this is what basically, I think there's a lot of reality in the story of the life of Brian. One of, if not, you know, next to Time Bandit, probably one of the greatest movies of all time. Very meaningful. Striking Centurion very roughly indeed, and throw him to the ground. What? And throw him to the ground. Oh yes, and throw him to the ground. As you can see, the Romans, who are, you know, the Phoenicians, who are in Congress and, you know, pretty much got a say in some of the show. I don't think they're in charge anymore, that's for sure. They treated them really roughly. But, you know, he was a Roman and not a red sea pedestrian. You've got to watch the movie. It's a bit complicated. So here's Jesus. He's brilliant on karaoke. I believe the children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Oh, you're really good. Do you think so? Give them a sense of pride. Make it easy. Anyway, I think Jesus is cut out for karaoke. Fingering and praying for the Lord. I'm in. I am fucking in. Loretta Fudge is my kind of gal. Loretta Fudge. So let's have a look. There's some really strange goings on with jesters in the past, I've noticed. Now, trickery, smoke and mirrors, it's a big bit of reality. It's all been smoke and mirrors, really. They play tricks on us, don't they? Little magic tricks. Because we are watching over here, they do things over here. It's quite easy, really. I always watch over here to catch a fuckers up me because I am Sherlock Holmes of the Truth Movement. There you are. So this, he's got curly blonde hair. He's got, I wonder what, again, it's like very antler-like, isn't it? The jester's horns. We've got another mystical man there, but they're doing magic tricks here, like, you know, like make the egg disappear stuff. Looks like he's drinking a Bloody Mary. Can't fault him. He's got a maracas and a pair of budgie smugglers on. So this was the state of a good portion of the Truther community. It was good to see the Flat Earth alive and well. When I posted this week about Katy Perry, hundreds of you glorious Flat Earthers showed her alive and well, which I'm happy to know about. But this was the state after watching them Katy Perry going nowhere in nothing, a knob. This is the state of most people at the moment, as is, guys. But listen, we're just passing through. So there was I, the only white dude in Jerusalem. This is a true story. And they got pissed off. We know what the rest happened. Now, I posted this meme last night, and an elderly lady, I think she was, by the look of her dog in the picture, she got upset and asked me to remove it. And usually I would be like, that's all about you. But I am learning compassion. You see what I did there? So what I did is I removed it. And I was like, oh, fuck me, I censored myself. Usually I'm like, so that's how much I've changed. Yeah. I literally respected her feelings because she was just a little old lady. And she's like, don't say my Jesus wears sunglasses and smokes. So there's that. The EGs. Now, we are children of the world, watching every day go by. Oh, fucking hell. I feel in psychosis just looking at that. So what did they do on fun days out in the old days? Now, this is a bit of mindfuckery. This is like Stockholm Syndrome, what a lot of the population are actually going through. Line up one at a time. We're going to chop your heads off. Will it hurt? No, it's fine. And we're going to give your family some money for it. Are you really? No, not a penny. And so I think that they're rather calm, but they have the Lord. So there's that. And probably been promised stuff in the afterlife. He's not only cutting their heads off, he's smashing it with a big fucking hammer. Yeah, I know, it's a bit off. But listen, they're all right about it, guys. You just don't know. It's a weird reality. Okay, no, I found out this week. Now, Daisy, give me your tissue. Daisy was held up by Katy Perry. Yeah, we love Katy Perry, don't we? Oh, Flat Earth Katy Perry. So he held a flower up in the air with a daisy. It was a daisy, right? Now, turns out I only knew this week because I don't know who the fuck she's married to or even care, but it turns out she's married to Orlando Bloom, the clone. Okay. Now, I always thought Orlando Bloom was really effeminate and looked like he was a bit of a switcheroony. I thought, but maybe now, thinking on it, yeah, I think they might be switcheroonies. They got a daughter. Now, all of them, like, they buy their kids, don't they? Don't fucking kids are us, yeah? Buy one, get one free. Look at Madonna. She fucks off to Chad and buys half a dozen of them. No problemo. No fucking papers needed. Moving them home. I'll have them as fellas in no time. So, yeah, so as you can see, yeah. He is Abraham Lincoln. I think, I can't remember his fucking name. My head's gone to shit. Anyway, he used to be with Liz Hurley, apparently. And I bet they had loads of fun in their parties and stuff. This is Oscar Wilde. He said some stuff. I don't know what he exactly said. I'm not sure who that is. I don't watch movies. I'd hazard a guess at saying it's that one off of Harry Potter. But you can see her there when she was a boy with a little moustache back in the 1700s. So, yeah, Orlando Bloom. Did you see him in Lords of the Rings with his blonde hair playing the fairy god or an elf thing or whatever? I look like a girl, didn't he? Seeing, yeah. Okay, what is it? It is beautiful. Yes, it is the god that is Pamela Anderson. What is that stuff? It's water. What is this? It's a vagina. It is beautiful. Can you imagine that? taking the TV back. The thing is, guys, what you mustn't do, right, with any of this, and this includes this civilization, yeah, this woefully stupid civilization, stupidest reset in history. You can't fuck with the Prime Directive. Just like in Star Wars, Star Trek, right? Is if you give them too much information or fuck with the Prime Directive, I'd be happy to fuck with the Prime Directive, actually. I would. Yeah. Just, like if you, say you discovered, right, a small South Pacific civilization on a desert island. Yeah. They've never set eyes on a white man. They don't know what shit is, yeah? And you leave them a can of Pepsi. And then you sail off, yeah? Suddenly, you got the cult of Pepsi. They're all like worshipping Pepsi. It's like they got it on a fucking altar. The god of Pepsi. What is this beautiful fucking thing? It's like the obelisk, yeah? Can you imagine fucking up a civilization with a can of Pepsi? This is why you can't fuck with Prime Directive, guys. I would. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then later, they should bring in Coca-Cola just to fuck with things. They're like, oh my God, it's the devil. It's God and the devil. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, even though they're actually the same company. This is a bit sinister. I do remember this guy out with the movies or out with Star Trek. And here's Spock. Looks like maybe his drugs are wearing off. Yeah, here's two more for you. Look at these poor. Why is his face all demented and all like up there and down there? This one's looks like he's got bags. I don't know. I'm just thinking of not. Star Trek might be a little bit more sinister than we actually thought about. And look at Kevin Shitner. This is a bit derogative. Whoever made this, I want to have a fucking word with you. This is not based on me, is it? Because I got a shirt exactly the fucking same as that. And I got a green shirt the same as that. My eyes don't look like that, though, obviously. What are you trying to say, stupid conspiracies? Yeah? No, it ain't. Anyway, Rizzlers, that's pretty accurate. So this is, a lot of these are showing up. Somebody's making these, and they're very current as well. I think it's very clever and very amusing. We had in Wales. So if you're a Welsh lady and you're going out on the town in Cardiff, yeah, what you need, bottle of wine, a fag, Welsh flag, really short skirt, so that when you piss in the street, everyone can see your ass hanging out. So is the nature of being a Welsh woman. And single Welsh lady edition, a condom. Because you're going to need that for later. And you can wash it out and use it again. Seen the truth. Oh, in Times Square. Oh, yeah. Times Square. It's going to say Flat Earth British on there. Times Square. And then I'm going to wake up. Oh, see, if I was a kid, I'd have loved this. Yeah. Chi Ching Chung Up in Smoke play set. Smoke Van really rolls. Okay. And you get Make 'em Wave and Collect Your Friends. You just ate the most acid I ever seen anyone eat in my whole life. Is Chi Ching Chung one of the best movies ever made? Double Bubble. Yeah. False advertising. I think it's probably one of the greatest movies of all time. I feel like I'm going to cry now. Mama told me how to live. But I don't want to do it because my brain is like a sieve. See this? Inside the tent that never got burned, coming down from Spaceville. Look, it landed in a giant plume of smoke. They showed you on the video. See how dust in New Mexico and all that dusty fucking shit went all over the number 33 fucking inflatable tent. But as you can see, there's not a human in there. And all of that zero-G bit, they did all of that with fucking green screen behind him in the fucking studio and spliced both together. Cut, Gail. Have to let Jeff open the door because silly knickers, whoever Gail is, Gary, opened the fucking door. And then, as you know, if you watch my video this week, Bezos comes in and he's like, oh, well, I'm a superhero. And I wonder what he actually thinks about in his mind. He makes a ship the shape of a penis. He sends men, up in this penis. So he's thinking about penises and men. And he's got a bald head that looks like a penis. He looks a bit like, oh, it's Bezos. Moby. It's Moby, isn't it? I think it's Moby. Fake women in space, fake rocket edition. So you get to take your Monarch Butterfly as part of the Monarch project. She's definitely in that. And and CGI NASA pamphlet. So they were on that like shit off a shovel, weren't they? Bloody hell. Okay, here's Jesus at his paparazzi first photo shoot. He's just getting to be really famous. He's picking up a ton of subscribers. The thing is, in antiquity, it's very much like influencers of the modern day, effluencers, as they call them now, or elf-luencers. So yeah, there's a whole culture of people doing silly shit on the internet and making fuck tons of money, getting on early. So what you need is subscribers or people to watch you or be vaguely interested. I know because I've been on YouTube and the novelty of Martin Leaker is endlessly entertaining. Apparently, I don't see it myself because I'm me. So this is what's happening to the British Mail is they had swords in the past, okay? But because they put on so much weight and they're eating the wrong foods and drink alcohol, their stiff swords become floppy ropes. And that's not helping with the population, because what good is that to anybody? No good to a woman. So here we see in Antarctica the nun penguins trying to find solace for the winter. Some of these nuns will completely go nuts, go off into Antarctica, tearing their hair out and eventually all of their clothes, maybe, showing their underwear, suspenders and all. So yeah, I've never studied the nun penguin before. They're quite endearing. The emperor penguin as well I've studied, but the nun penguin, there's none like them. None shall pass. Use Jesus! Woohoo! About time, boss. Yeah, man. No, I was a subscriber all along. I really liked you. I always shouted you nearly every program, mate. Like major editions. And definitely I'm a relative somewhere along the line. I'm sure of it. Yeah. I like all the same stuff. So this is where we've arrived in civilization. Okay. Get your phone out, take a photo. So I'm a bit addicted to the algorithm as well. Any excuse for making a video, but I am a YouTuber, so there's that. And I see the, I'm looking for the artistic angle in anything as well. So there's that. Vanity. These phones bring vanity. How many pictures do you see with women standing in front of the mirror, taking photographs of themselves reflecting back in the fucking mirror? That's just, oh, sorry, I just can't get my head around that. Just stop it. No. Oh, do you know what? They had the technology to build him back in the old days. I'm telling you what, they had like literally the Bionic Man. But I'm telling you what, RoboCop got time travel back to the old days in the medieval Renaissance period, and they had the technology to build him back. I love RoboCop. It's one of the best films ever made. It really is. So let's have a look at Space 1999. I really love UFO costumes as well. Space 1999 are probably the perviest, though. Not that I look or anything, but I do just compare. Oh, what's that? I don't know what's going on there. So they ripped them off, didn't they? No, they never ripped them off. I mean, the people on the Blue Origin ripped off these Space 1999. I turns on Mick Jagger then. Space 1999. And yeah. So the Flat Earth, the awakening. Let's have a look at what's been going on in the Flat Earth community. It's been a lot of no, it's a globe. Water sticks to a fucking spinning ball. That's what you need. That's what everybody needs. I'm gonna literally, that should be made a rule. Flat Earth schooling by Nathan Oakley. Send him over to Nathan Oakley. He'll fucking lambaste you. He'll tell you what it's all about. Okay, you might need counselling after, but all's good. You'll be schooled. Ooh. Okay, what's going on here then, guys? So here's these chicks that went up in the Blue Origin. They're not very womanly, have they? They haven't got women's bums, have they? They're like men's bums. It's all skinny and all. It's like, where's the floofy? There's no floofy, is there? She's like, the black women should have big floofy bums, shouldn't they? They haven't. They got like. So anyway, not that I'm like, you know, I examine this very much, but that definitely looks like she got a little bit more going on. Yeah, they are. So another thing I noticed as well is all of them have black hair. Don't they do blondes in space, or are blondes regarded as being stupid? Blondes have more fun. Yeah. Gentlemen prefer blondes. So they say. I don't think I'm making that up. So they're all dark-haired, just like Ottomans. She gets out. She hits the floor, ass in the fucking air. She hits the floor, face to east, just like the Ottomans. Why are they doing that, I wonder? And there's a lot more going on in them fucking dungarees than meets the eye. I can see. She's looking a bit like she's... Now, I understand the material bunches, especially if you sit down, yeah? But I'm not sure what's going on here. I am sure what's going on here. Katy Perry. I've just got nothing to say. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for being so flat earthy. So, yeah, this is, they should call it SpaceX. Didn't even think of that. Elon, SpaceX. Yes. Now you're getting it. Scorched after atmospheric re-entry. Scorched to fuck. And use the blue origin after re-entry. Now, they've got a little parachute tucked away in here, or parachutes, that are flame-proof, because this is going through thousands of degrees in re-entry, apparently. But it doesn't burn or anything. And the parachutes, they deploy from somewhere. Sciencey. Here's God. Here's God scratching his ass. Woke up just now. Stepped out onto a cloud, because God like stands on clouds. And he's watching some hippies on the hill in Glastonbury, juggling, playing the bongos, and wearing exactly the same shirt as I bought in Glastonbury, but his one's in orange. So apparently this is the standard Glastonbury tourist clothing, giving it away. No. God based us on himself. Yeah, that's true. It's like we are based on God. It says in, I don't know if it says in the Bible, I haven't read it, but it says that, you know, based on a God. Oh, what a beautiful baby. Oh, fuck. Ah. Nothing to be said. Fanny face. See, if I was really drunk, I wouldn't even notice. It all looked the same to me. But lovely hair. Oh, this is how this is making me feel this week. Yeah. Hollow. It's all just falling into me. Yeah. It's just falling away. Yeah. All of my worries and woes and fears that I ever had are all disappearing. Because when you realize that it's illusionary, this place, and it's you doing it, then the penny drops that maybe I shouldn't actually do that anymore. All's good, though, because Sunday, which is tomorrow, Jesus comes back from the dead. That'll be awesome. Bungee jumping Jesus. Yay! Go, Jay, go. I'm all for it. Here is a little horny baby and his hoofy woofies with his mother. So I'm guessing the devil had a mother as well. Yes. Daddy devil. Mummy devil. Don't know. Oh, here's Jesus in a lovely little number back in the day. A bit of an Edwardian feel going on. Oh, no, excuse me. A bit of a Stewardian feel. Stewardian. I just invented a word. A Stewardian feel to it. But I'm sure he's happy. Yeah. In your fucking dreams, Looney Tunes. That's what he's thinking. Yeah, she bit my ear off. There wasn't a woman in the fucking room, Looney Tunes. Two things that possibly never existed. Three, if you think of crocodiles. I've never seen one. No, I have seen crocodiles. Why did I say I haven't seen crocodiles? I've seen crocodiles in Bristol Zoo. So it must be real. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs can't have sex. Have you seen it? It's just impossible. They would never be able to reproduce. They also wouldn't be able to eat. T-Rex can't eat because he's a thalidomide. It's stupid. So this was last night. I had to put this up because he came number 2 and not number 1. And he's crying. I had a lot of wah crying last night. It was not my intent to upset anybody concerning religion or anything. I'm all for it today. It's all good. See, Jesus, yeah, I would have had belly fucking dancers myself because I love belly dancers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Belly dancing women. No, they look like women. They got floofy bits. A fucking stripper. And the Last Supper. Come on, guys. Big bowl of bush and a fucking stripper. You know, last night on Earth, yeah, they're going to torture his ass and nail him to a fucking board in the morning. And he's psychic and he fucking knows about it. Let me fill you in, guys. There's something going on in Antler. Are you there? Is anybody there? 800 of you. Okay, I haven't offended too many people yet. Moses. Remember Moses? Yeah. Oh, this is not photoshopped. This is actually live footage. Moses, at the time of his birth, okay, Pharaoh, PH, Pharaoh, like Phoenicians, Pharaoh, because the ruling class, I think, were Phoenicians. Pharisees, PH, Pharaohs, PH. Anyway, so the Pharaoh had ordered the firstborn all killed. Yeah, in the land, because he cheered, a little birdie had told him that whether there's somebody going to be born and he's badder than you and he's going to take you out. So he's like, oh yeah, fucking kill them all. How did he even know that? Huh? And what happens? Stick Moses in the bulrushes, off he goes, and then the fucking story all happened with Pharaoh again. Couldn't even get rid of him. It's like a turd that wouldn't even fucking sink. Anyway, Jesus. He was born, obviously. So they're taking a census. Now, I've looked up this census. There is some citation to say that this census actually existed. And they was ordered back to the place where they came from. So that was Bethlehem. You've got to go back because the Romans are taking a census account of their stock, just like the Doomsday Book. Spunky hair. Now, to me, right, what is going on with her eyes? Is this like, this is the most wonderful moment of my life? Because she doesn't even look lucid. This is like, is this what mind control looks like? Yeah. I know I'm confused. I don't even want to look at that. Anyway, this lady that was supposed to be stuck in space, I say that with, very loose words. She's got hair flying around all over the place, spunky hair, as we call it in flat earth circles. Something about Mary. And it flies the fuck around. But Katie, her hair, no, doesn't flop a Rooney anywhere because they're not actually doing anything. ABBA. So I was thinking, guys, what was your favourite album of the night? It's a Witch. Yes, Free So Hippie. Of the 1990s. What was your favourite album in the 1990s? Now, I know ABBA were not around. Let's have a look at ABBA. She changed so many times. I think that they replaced her as well, the ABBA lady. My father lived in the same area as her in Tucson. And they're interviewing a vagina there. See what it's got to say, look. And now a word from our sponsor. Okay, let's move on. I believe the children are our future. We're going to look at Cincinnati now, guys, because it's Sin and it's Cincinnati. It's a big city. And asteroids, not as bad as hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoidal Earth. It's hemorrhoidal Earth. That's what's going on. The Earth is in danger of disappearing up its own backside into a black hole. Again. But all's good. Right then. 800 watching. Please make sure to share this out if you would. I'm having some Nutella. Thank you for being here on a flatter day, which is also coincidentally an Easter Saturday, which I didn't even know till yesterday or the day before. So what's everyone doing? It's like it's fucking Easter. All right. I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't know that, would I? So there, I feel really good after doing that. I always feel really happy about doing things like that. So yeah, nice big city. It's on a really muddy rivery bank, as you know, with some of these showboats and stuff. You can't get up on that panoramic, but some of the buildings in Cincinnati, I've done a post before about the clock tower, incomplete, and complete in Cincinnati. John Levy done a good video on Cincinnati, especially photographs along the riverbank when you see some of the buildings look proper mud flooded to fuck. Look at the size of these things. To me, I think that these cities were there and dug out of mud. A lot of people would think that, oh, they were built in the 1800s, but I don't think so. I think this bottom bit of this bridge looks a bit like the Brooklyn Bridge. Looks a damn sight older than the next bit on top. Looks like it's been replaced maybe, but that looks really old. Roman old. Not that Rome was old, because I think all of this happened, all of everything has been in the last 1,000 years, I think. I think that like Noah's flood happened and the world ended probably 1300, and that it took hundreds of years to get back on its feet again, I think. And there's been some sort of invasion and takeover. From what I've made out, there are two groups and they don't get on and they're battling with one another. And while all of that's happening, humanity keeps doing what it's doing. But that's been going on for fucking time immemorial while it's been happening between them two sides. And that is ongoing, even today. So yeah, they got castles in Cincinnati. Some of them end up like armories, but you can see it's like fucking old British castlage, which is a lot of in Cincinnati. That big old lovely bridge with antiquity. I think a lot of these bridges, you know, could take harness as well and take power over as well. I think seaside piers, I think they were using tide to harness electricity. They don't in modern day. I don't know why, but they could. And probably, you know, electrified the entire pier. I think they could transfer charge over bridges as well in the past. That's what they were doing. Look at that for a church, guys. Cemetery there in Cincinnati. Wow, that isn't real, that is. I don't think that's a church, is it? I think it's just, yeah, it is. It's got flying buttresses, knobbly bits. Wow, that's quite incredible. Looks like an old Anglican church, but with more going on. Really beautiful. Spring, I think that's Spring Grove Cemetery. Thank you, Nora. I don't say thank you for it. Might not be talking to me. So yeah, showboats are awesome, isn't they? Apparently gambling was illegal, so you could go on a showboat because it's on the water and illegal, and then come off them drunk, and then walk on this gangplank, slip on the mud, end up in the river, drown, all for gambling. So let's have a look at the city itself. The fountain, beautiful fountains, all new trees, like it's just these trees have just been built. Muddy paths, but big. Beautiful fountains, which I attribute to being Phoenician. I bet you there's Phoenician statues on it. Too fuzzy, can't make it out, sorry. But these are from 1860 to 1900. They do come on a bit. Don't see too many people around there. Two gentlemen in the middle of the picture. Some sort of pole coming out here. Could be for flags, though. Can see a load of things on there. Can you see that part of the building? I got a feeling it's going to fuzz out if I mag up on it. Yeah. But there's an outline on all of this picture. Look, can you see that? It's just like it fuzzes around there. It fuzzes around the pot. I actually think these have been altered. Something's going on with the background. Because there's definition in the bottom bit of the picture, I've noticed. You get to the top and it's all like, you know, where it meets the sky. Which doesn't surprise me whatsoever, because history has been fabricated. You know, well, there's the Phoenicians, the seashell, Cherubanuski, the whole shamoli, right there. Look at that size of that statues as well. Just massive, the whole thing. Ooh. Nice big dome going on there. I bet you that was a copper one. Cincinnati is a lovely city. Beautiful. I think that's a Jesus up there or something. I don't know. But fountains, they ionize the air. They make you feel groovy when you sat by them. A few trees, bit of water feature. You got it going on. Vicar's Church. Bet that's a copper dome. What's going on here then? So Cincinnati, I'm guessing this. I haven't really looked, but I'm guessing this took some damage. Look at this building; it's completely empty, hollow. You can see the sky, and some stuff leaning up against it. God, they're fuzzy when you mag up. So something going on with that. Big Greco-Romano entrance. Maybe a fire. Ooh, look at that one. It's got a 99 there. Turn that upside down, you got a 66. So yeah, I had 666 videos this week, and you wouldn't believe the amount of times this week the sacred number 666 has presented itself in my life. I don't see it as a bad number. I see it as sacred geometry. And, the only bad press about it is from the Omen movies. Yeah. Like if it's tattooed on your fucking head if you're a kid, I think then you should maybe be concerned. Go for some exercise. That's how you get exercised. Your mother sucks jelly babies in hell. So Hollywood have literally told us all of them horror films like The Exorcist, Evil Dead, and all of them. Convince people that there's that exterior shit going on when it's all mind. Imagine the crazy people watching them films, the shit that they turn. It just boggles the imagination what they do with the human mind, what they can make the human mind see and manifest. No wonder the place is confused. Fuck me. So they're beautiful statues, aren't they? Whoa, look at that, covered in ivy. I wonder when they built these. Really old if these are late 1800s, and the size of the buildings for this period. The motor car hasn't been invented. This is a nice HD shot. Electric cables, cable cars, ladies having a natter in the street, everybody in their mourning clothes. The world is very much up and running. Look at the size of these buildings. Organs. Organs were big business, man. They knew organs are good for your organs. All the antiquitech there. Really nice little picture that of the high street. And you've got this cable car that goes up this muddy cliff. I don't know whether you've seen this. There's a few cities I've seen this happening in, but this cliff is just a massive cliff of mud. They take you up to another bit of Cincinnati. 6th Street. I think this might be the posh area. Again, not old trees. You never find that. That looks like it should be in London. And this bit over here looks more Moorish, like the Moors. So I think they had, they had an exposition here, didn't they? I don't know if there's any evidence of that. So water tower, greenhouse, nice parks. A nice HD picture, that one. Whew. Size of that fucking thing, jeez. And all of these columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 56, 26 columns. And a Venetian statue. The size and all of that red granite on the outside, that gives you extra protection. I really do think these buildings were built with reset protection in mind. Well, that's a nice rich photo. Look at that HD in that. So a lot of spaghetti sky wires going on. So they got telegraph, they got the electric tram, and all of these sky wires. Size of that building, that's imposing, isn't it? But again, for the amount of population, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 20 people if we're lucky in that picture. You got all these massive buildings. Never rings true to me. That looks very modern. I'm guessing it's some sort of college. I don't know. What's that, Alva Billy? Ooh, very nice. It's good news. Let's have a look at this building here. There's nobody hardly on this street. Hardly any traffic. A few ghosts. Hardly any business going on. They got portals there. The size of these things. Insurance, whiskey. Well, you drink the whiskey, then fall over, you need the insurance. Yeah, it's very high quality. Look at the size of these things, though. Horse and cart, he built that, guys, apparently. Wow, check that out. Just one person in that street. There's just no one there. One person. What's the time? Could we work out the time? 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I would say. Whoa, look at that. The proud population of the federal building of Cincinnati. Look at the size of them bollards, or these, whatever they are. That's to stop all the ram raiders in their big trucks that haven't been invented yet. The size of this building for the world of horse and cart makes zero sense. That doesn't. Beautiful, huh? I would guess as at a college again, but it's hard to say. Okay, what's the time? It is just gone midday. The sun's over by here. Again, only a few people around, but oh my God, these big red granite brick buildings as well. Just massive. And Greco-Romano everywhere. Fountains. But huge buildings. Yeah, all of America's like it. It's like they built for a world of trillions of fucking people that just ain't there. You know, why would you build something so big? The population isn't even there yet. Right, that's coming on a bit later. I think we're getting into the days of cars soon, because they come up to 1900. No, there's no cars in 1900. They don't even show up till later. Watches. People don't need watches anymore, do they? Not with the mobile phones. That's the Island Queen. The Island Queen. Anybody from Ireland? But you get a nice pint of Guinness on there, if they had Guinness back then. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you have nice old country over there, but this you know, this antiquity looks a lot like Britain, not like everywhere else. Could be anywhere that could be, guys. Everyone's sharing the same antiquity. No, it's flat as fuck day today. We're looking at 2 hours 15 minutes since I started this post. I'm getting on with it. I think I've got a lot left. I'm not going to have a chance to present everything, guys. But so is nature of flat day. Happy flat day, guys. And happy Easter. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, that's a kiss. Not that I do one. Oh, fucking hell. Then flat day vibes. So here is right, let me get this right. A wyvern is a dragon in Welsh. Wyvern is a dragon in Welsh, holding a fleur-de-lis. So I'm wondering what the connection is with the dragon, the Welsh dragon, and the fleur-de-lis. And not only that, this dragon has no hind legs. This is dragon in Welsh. Wyvern. Sounds like dragon. Dragon, wyvern, dragon. Sounds the same vibrationally. Still haven't got to that yet. Bit of the code. Hoping to, though. So the deal between the papalry, the clergy and the religion and the deal ongoing with the narrative for death. The whole thing is mind. We're being minded, guys. And the narrative for death, that there's a physical world when you got a soul, and this is just a 3D manifestation, as you know, and you're not existing actually in it. There's that. You're in it, but you're not in it. Another thing I've noticed as well, I should tell you now. This is an old picture of Rome, as you can see, or the old antique world. The faceless knight has got a hole zapped straight through him because he's missing. He's dust. He's never got a body. And these fasces, these two lictors are carrying, look really, really heavy. I think they point them at a building, deploy. You're going to know all about it. Yeah. So here's Jay, and he's on resetting ball number 3. The Holy Hand Grenade resetting ball of number 3, possibly a comet. And it's in the chem cloud with noise and vibration, so it's to do with sound. And what happens is the entire world, as you can see, goes to shit. It's a reset, isn't it? But it's the Famos reset, because this side looks all right. Half the population to stay, half the population to go. There's a reason that film with Famos even happened. It's a clear message of what is going on. We are going through a selection process. A test. Some will make it to the new world. Some haven't got a fucking chance. They're not going to want them. And what fucking for? So I would say we're possibly, this is reset 3, maybe the last one. Maybe we're on reset 4. Maybe. There's been 4 resets. So I can imagine you roasting your ass off in a night suit. Imagine going out to battle. I never actually considered that. Being a knight in the summer sun, yeah. Get your brolly out, I would, yeah. Because I bet the sweat is just dripping off you. Because you're in metal, reflective metal, admittedly. But I think you would cook like a jacket potato if you were a knight in the sun. Did you ever think about that? No, not me, until I saw that. Another thing as well, all over antiquity, South America, Caribbean, I've seen them in Brazil, South America, India, and Asia are strange gods, giant gods. And they look like they're real as well, but they're giants. I cannot thinking that the giants were the ruling class, like pharaohs and stuff. But you get these really strange entities, but they're giants. And there's loads of images from different parts of the world at the same time, like 1750. Where's Christianity? Where's Mohammedanism? Where's all of these different religions when everyone is worshipping these strange idols? And where's the documentation for these idols? And where's the religion for these idols when all of these pictures are showing us these strange fucking idols? Dude, your breath stinks, mate. Do you want to move back? Oh, it smells like ass, dude. Sorry, I have halitosis. Dude, just get the fuck back. Halitosis, green smoke happens with everyone. Except me. So I think the Ark of the Covenant was big trouble. Here's another one of these giant angels. They look like statues, this little guy, but they are giant. And the Ark of the Covenant. Now, where is it? Some say it's in Ethiopia. Some say if you fit it into the main pyramid at Giza, it will activate the machinery that was housed. I think it is something to do with the reset. I definitely think the Ark of the Covenant is some sort of device, and I think it's something to do with resetting. I think it's a computer component. Yeah. Ladies, kindly remove your hats. Now, back in the day, I remember this. If you go to the cinema, yeah, and somebody had a big flouncy fucking hat on sitting in front of you, you ain't going to be able to watch Buster Keaton doing silly stuff. And I love Buster Keaton. So you had to ask them to remove their hats. Top hats as well would completely fuck up your vision. And I remember people when I was a little kid having big heads. sat in front of me in a cinema, but I'm a boy, so I knew the old kick the back of the chair routine until they go demented. So there's that. So, okay. You're thinking, I had that happen to me on an airplane once. That wasn't me. Okay. So yeah, in the past, they had a vision of people going around in essentially a little car, like all of the grannies in Britain. This is a fucked up aging population in Britain. I'm telling you what, as soon as this generation now, the old, which I'm currently going to be a part of, once they leave this realm, okay, trundle off this mortal coil, they'll be the last generation of people that knew the world without the internet, or the way the world used to be. Yeah. My generation now, people in their 50s, never 20 years when we all fucking snuff it. Yeah. That'll be it then. It'll be everyone who will just only have known that all their fucking lives. But that's the world that's coming, and there's no way out of it, is there? Unless there's going to be a technological meltdown. Knock us back to the Stone Age, so to speak. They threaten that, don't they? The old electromagnetic solar burst. Like they say, the Carrington event was real. Well, I will put it forward that the Carrington event didn't even get reported until the 1920s. At the time, no one actually gave a fuck. So they wait 50 years later to actually report that this may have happened. I'm sorry, but I don't think CMEs are a thing at all. Well, they are maybe a thing, but I don't think they knock out the world's electric. So check out this organ. And look, there's some sort of device there as well. Maybe that steam power stuff. Pedals, keyboard. It's called the pyrophone. So possibly run by fire. I have seen pipes run by fire making music. I have seen that. So pyrophone, fire phone, flame music, swahit. So this was an exhibit, right? You could visit in an exposition, but I'm wondering like what their frame of reference was. Oh, I know. Well, let everyone see what the land of giants used to be like. Somebody thought it, and they built literally a land of giants for people to visit because that actually existed in the past. That's why deep down, we all know that happened. I do. That's for all this Tatarian business. That's why so many look at it, because something primal in you is niggling you. And you're thinking, yeah, there was this civilization, and this is not like the one we were. And then you're like, oh shit, we are that more, you know? Because this paradigm we're in, this is a weak ass paradigm compared to the reality that we could have had and still can. So again, yeah, look, another destination here, guys. German book. Again, with the giant deity, completely different destination. This one's got something in his mouth, looks dark. And all of these people are just doing silly stuff underneath. It's weird that, isn't it? The warriors. The warrior did it. The warrior killed Cyrus. So one of the greatest movies of the last 10 minutes was The Warrior. Now, Swan and Axel, right? Now, I thought it was quite cute, Swan and this bird. She used to go out with one of the orphans. They had a newspaper cut, and apparently they had some action once. Look, 2021, they're actually still alive going to Warriors conventions. The Warrior made me do it. So let's ask this. He was horrible, this man. Why did you kill Cyrus? Now, I want to see answers here, guys. Why did you kill Cyrus? A, no reason. C, just having a good time. B, he had an accident. Or D, I like doing things like that. So, why did you kill Cyrus? The riffs asked him. Riff, yeah. Yeah, riff, yeah. Can you with your elbows? Warriors come out to play. Yay. So we're getting D. I just like doing things like that. Yep. It's a D. It's a big D. Telex. Estelle, it's a D. Yeah. He just liked doing things like that. And Cyrus was on it, wasn't he? For a little piece of turf. I literally did a Cyrus then. So again, with some more strange deities. These ones, India. This one with many arms. This one here as well. They look like they're alive. They look like they're not statues, which is really curious because it has no legs and ting. But, oh no, these are Japanese deities. India ones we got as well to show you. Again, giant, weird, freaky deities. Why is everyone worshipping weird deities? So one day, Paul McCartney, the agent, yeah, deep undercover, goes home. His mother's got the face of, who the fucking hell is this? And he's with the family. He's giving you the old one eye, the winky dinky, because he's like, you know what I mean? Wink, wink. There's poor George Harrison. Did you know George Harrison he was in the movie The Life of Brian? He'd done a cameo role. Where he opens the windows and they say, oh, there's a multitude out there. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. That bit. He's in the crowd. Excuse me, George Harrison's in the crowd. You can pick him out. I bet you never knew that. George Harrison, I had a dream about George Harrison back a month or two ago. I think he's still alive in the spiritual realm. I think I get on. I think we're mates. I like George Harrison. There's simply no polite way to tell people they dedicated their lives to an illusion. Just took me 57 years to get there, guys. I have literally dedicated my life, beat myself up and wrecked my head, given myself addictions, fucked my head up to pieces over things that weren't even real. Things that weren't even real. How stupid is that? Well, mind control. That's why I got fucking totally MK Ultra, didn't I? Workman replacing stolen lighting rods. Yep, totally MK Ultra. But I'm undoing that now anyway. So it's the nature of mind control. Yeah, lightning rods, they look a bit weird, don't they? A little bit of antiquity going on there on top of a spire. Grab the old lightning, harness it. This is the Washington Monument going up, apparently. They haven't got the photograph. They got an old Getty's image of them knocking these stones up there and then making this massive thing in the middle of Washington. They had to do it there because if they put the stone on the back of a horse and cart, the horse would sink into the mud and never be seen again, you see. There's that. So, woo! It's flatter day and I'm so excited right now. And it's Easter. I don't know if that means anything. So, Bore da is good day doing. And we are in Wales here. This is where I am. This is a little dragon, okay? And we're saying happy Saturday to you from Wales. That's what we love. So here's Jesus, who is a tree. If you could have just drilled a little bit of a hole there, that would have been comfortable. I'm not actually sure what's going on and what the interpretation is, but this is supposed to be America land. So what is this? Said city. The Sanatismo of Cristo. And it is South America, but still, what's with the fucking big cities? Again, here's another image of Jesus who's a tree. From a seed to a tree. That's what this might mean, actually. This is all about spiritual growth. The serpent, Moses, he turns a stick into a serpent. Okay, because he's a magic dude from God, isn't it? But the serpent, shows up everywhere in antiquity. Some say it's Lilith, and the serpent tempts Eve to bite the apple of knowledge. Well, this apple of knowledge, or the serpent, is the Kundalini, is our ascension out of this spiritually, out of this paradigm, and it will deliver us straight, within a split second, into a new blissful paradigm. No death needed, no rebirth needed. Just a transition through mind and through knowing. Do you know that? That's what's coming. We're going to shift this parallel. I tell you something else as well. The world that I grew up in as a boy, okay, is not the world now. It's completely different. It's not even the same place. So, going on that, all of them things that happened in the past don't even matter anymore because it's a new day. So if you're going to be weird, be confident about it. I've embraced my weirdness completely. I fucking love it. It's great. It's not popular with a lot of people, but I'm not, I'm not doing a popularity contest. I'm doing truth. So there's that, isn't there? And you can take it or leave it. I just offered my Brian. So Tokyo's fucking big, isn't it? Look, this is British Isles, and it would literally encompass all of the Midlands, all the way down into the borders of Wales, down nearly into London, up there nearly to Leeds. Massive fucking city compared to Britain, isn't it? In fact, if Tokyo was on Britain, all Britain would just be Tokyo. And look at it compared to London. It's ridiculous. But outside of Tokyo, there's fuck all happening. It's empty nothing. And I got told as well by somebody who went to Japan, in my comments, said he was going down the street and there was no cars. This, like nothing going on. I seen that in Rona. I was watching a CCTV of Tokyo, and the bullet trains were going, but there was just no one around. This is meant to be an actual Roman stage and theatre, and it's still going apparently after 2,000 years. They were very into theatre because basically that's the world we live in. It's all theatre. You've seen the mainstream, haven't you? It's theatre. That's all there is. These are little Welsh ladies. These are Welsh ladies. This is the Welsh national costume. As you can see, they have tartan on, shawls, like that weird fucking Robert the Doll statue had. And they have the same similar hat as that Robert the Doll statue thing. I don't really like at all. Something cursed about that. But they look like witches. Possibly are as well. So there's that. I was going to have this as my channel art. I was looking to spunk up and get all my channel art all nice and beautiful and just change my whole thing, because that's what I've been doing. I've been reinventing, innit? I was thinking on that as my new channel art, but I can't get it to fit. So there's that. There's the Welsh ladies. Look at the old Welsh textures we used to have. Similar to like what Indians have in like New Mexico as well. They like these vibrant, beautiful colours, and the old Welsh ladies did too. So they look like Quakers because the Quakers, they were Welsh. They started in Wales, and not only that, the first Quakers place is here in Cardiff, and not only that, the Wesleyans started in Cardiff. Methodists started here in fucking Wales, and not only that, the Amish, they're fucking Welsh guys. They're all of that shit came out of the puritanical fuckers of Wales. Can you remember the Cajun Fun Fair? Did you ever see what happened to ladies' breasts in the Cajun Fun Fair? It's interesting, isn't it? Science, that is, though. No other reason. I was just observing science. Totally, Jesus wept. Did you ever throw up in one while it was going? It's just amazing seeing what happens to women's breasts. Well, I won't go into details, but yeah, fucking hell. They drop the bottom and you stick on the side. This is spinning round and you're stuck on it with centrifugal force and you feel pukey. And you're praying not to puke, because if you puke, everyone in there is going to get splattered with it. But I have puked over everybody before anyway, no problem at all. Last year, I was coming back from the Beautiful Sounds Festival. My friend Stephen Cross gave me a lift home in his car. And I puked up. I was really ill the whole way home, car sick. And we went through the city of Bath, and I had my head out the window, and I was throwing up, so I bathed in Bath. It's good, that. Here's Glastonbury Tour, the entrance to the underworld, where I was last week, where I went into Alice in Wonderland and had a fantastical adventure that I will be grateful for forever. That was an amazing experience. So yeah, the ruling class, again with the classical world as well, you get like these cats are all like really massive, and the people and the cows are all like small. So I really do think the ruling classes were giants in a lot of regards. They seem to be like worshipped as well because they're big. So here's a Cyclops giant. It's only got the one eye, but it looks like there's slits for other eyes there. Maybe later on he'll get an upgrade, get some 2 eyes. But from my understanding, Cyclopses are really pleasant people. I don't know why, but one eye gives you a different perspective, because it's situated on your pineal gland, so you're literally seeing everything. I think that's what's going on with the old one eye, the pineal gland. So he's gonna, I tell you what, he'd be a fortune to feed, wouldn't he? Think of all. So imagination is the portal to all realities. Now, my mum always used to say to me, all the time actually, "Oh, Martin, you got such a vivid imagination." Because I used to say stuff and she'd say, "He's just mad," or "Wow, you got vivid imagination," because I got a really vivid imagination. I'm sure you know that by my YouTube content. But your imagination is portal to other realities, because I've literally imagined a world that I wanted to be in, that I'm in. It's harsh. There's lessons here, but it's all for us to learn, guys, because this is a fucking schoolroom. So that one neighbour who gives no fucks. Well, that is in that block of flats. Actually, the area I live in Cardiff, is like that is every single house. So there's that. So this lady here, she's like a wood nymph. She's an elf. Now, apparently, I'm royalty. Apparently, I'm king of the elves, I've been told, and I'm in the physical here with you now, but I'm a king. I'm king of the elves, and this is an elfling chick. So, and she's got a tail. She's got a tail to tell, which isn't actually all that undesirable. I'm king. I'm a king. So let's have a look. The devil worshippers, they were interesting. Not Anton LaVey. Right, let's see what he's got to say of his interpretation. Oh, he looks really evil, doesn't he? The man who made Satan a symbol for freedom. Okay. Anton LaVey. Okay, he did a few gigs and stuff, even in the 90s. Oh, he died Halloween 1997. Founder of the Church of Satan. Right, what is he saying? See if we agree with any of this. So what he proposed, radical individualism. Okay. Indulgence over abstinence. Ritual as psychodrama. No, not feeling that. Symbolic atheism. No, not feeling any of that. His legacy, author of Satanic Bible, organist and provocateur, and Black House symbolic funerals. He didn't sell redemption. He sold mirrors. Apparently, he said on his deathbed, but I haven't got the recording, "Oh, that I've made a terrible mistake." Or was that Aleister Crowley? Anyway, not a fucking good road to go down, is my advice. Fasces, look at Zeusage. He's got a fasces and he's thunderbolting. Thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening me, Galileo. And look at this star foot. It looks like it's all connected up with wires. Look at this. I'm sure they're trench systems, but they literally look like they're connected to this giant star foot, which Zeus is on the back of what looks like an eagle or even a phoenix, has got a plasma bolt, fasces, Zapparoni in his hand. So, yeah, they suck. Mr. Crowley was a peace frog. Yeah. What a load of wank in it. Fucking hell. So this is an Amazonian lady. Apparently she went around fun fairs in America and that. There's placards of her and stuff. She doesn't look very Amazonian. She doesn't look very lady either. But look at the size of that hand compared to that hand. So they faked it. That hand there is a third of the size of that hand. They put another hand over his shoulder and they faked it. You see that? Very, very sneaky weaky. So caught them out. So this chick looks a brute. Now I would put my money on she's a big girl. So she's a giant. And they're always in beautiful silks, these giants. Have you noticed? They're always in gorgeous stuff. So this is a German beauty, 7 foot. 7 foot of beauty. Okay. She's a whopper. And this lady from the 1920s, she's a whopper too. So. And, oh, she looks Tatarian. She's actually floating. No, she's not. She looks a bit Tatarian in her clothes, though. Nobody expects the Inquisition. Dun, dun, dun. I did. I got the Inquisition last night. Basically, the Christian Inquisition came in and told my ass off. Told me I'm not allowed to say anything. Apparently, I'll tell you what they want. So that don't work. And the rack, the fucking rack for a torture. I'd be like, put me back on for 10 minutes. That was fucking lovely. A stretch. I know if they go too far, they'll pull your limbs out and that, but I don't think that would be profitable for them anyway. And you'd be no good to them after. It's like, put him back together. We just pulled him apart. You see what I mean? So what they're doing is you're giving you a fucking good stretch. Oh, and I love a good stretch. So they'd be like, put him on the rack. Be like, oh, have you had enough? Oh, no, just 10 more minutes. Oh, I feel so gorgeous. Be like, oh, you fucking weirdo. Spanish Inquisition, I'd fuck their heads right up. Here they go. Tickle your fanny with a feather. Sorry, isn't it nice weather? So they do things with feathers, like literally feather torture as well, which is really hang you around with a bell. I can imagine. I don't know, but the Inquisition sort of decide unpleasant things to make you believe in God in unconditional love. Yeah. So there it is, the rack. It looks all right, doesn't it? What happened to all his hair? So yeah, they put him on there, and he's like, "Oh fucking hell, I had a bad back. I'd be paying all that money on a chiropractor. One go on this bleeding wheel, and I'm fixed. Thanks." And they're like, look at him, he's pointing. He's like, "This is the best treatment around." It's like he doesn't even know. It's good, isn't it? Nobody expects the Inquisition. What else did the Inquisition get up to in the name of God? We must torture him in the name of unconditional love. Is he believe yet? Did you believe yet? Yes, I believe. You're a liar. Burn him. So you can't fucking win, can you? Even if you tell him you believe, he says he doesn't. Electrical science. Okay, Boyle knew that bricks became permanent magnets by being buried. By being burned, excuse me, and that the direction of their magnetism is conformed to the terrestrial magnetism. Burned brick keeps with the tendency that their magnetism in the direction of which it was given to them, whatever the position that they are placed. So they adhere to the magnetic fields of Earth, the propagation of Earth's magnetic fields, if they are burned. So it's a good possibility that all of them bricks in antiquity are part of the circuit board city technology and magnetic. And that would explain why the big stones that they're lifting on top of buildings, fucking magnetic. Stick a magnet on there with a crane, electromagnetic, fucking that shit over. They're doing that. This was in the park just a couple of days ago. And I just love the purple, and I love tiptoe through the tulips, through the tulips. Oh shit, it's a landmine. So yeah, definitely heals me is looking at nature. Definitely. So walk like an Egyptian. So there's some arty sorts doing some stuff here in the past. Look how frizzy that air is. It's amazing. They're doing the Cleopatra, the walk like an Egyptian. In London, as you can see, on the other side of the river, at an Egyptian monument next to Cleopatra's Needle. Walk like an Egyptian. So this is a lovely picture of old London. Wright's coal tar soap. Coal tar, interesting. I used to use that as a kid. My mother used to buy it. It smells fucking lovely. It smells like tar, coal, but really good soap, not chemically or anything. Really good to wash with. I think they still sell it. I wouldn't mind buying coal tar. I can use like chemically shampoo on my hair. I just can't. So I use like the weakest possible baby shampoo or fucking Timotei if I can get it. Because shampoo kills my hair, man. Better off not shampooing it at all. The Parade Festival Pleasure Gardens in Battersea. Battersea, where they got the dogs home. Check this Antiquitech. What it does. I think it's just like orgone technology, like them orgone pyramids you step under, and it just like gives you orgone energy. Where's the soap truck? Well, they've been advertising for quite some time. It's good business. Look at this. A Messerschmitt came down in London. It's outside the Houses of Parliament there. Dirty old Houses of Parliament. Apparently, they shot loads of these down, and then they became aluminum siding for houses. So they got loads of prefabs they built in Britain in the 1950s. And apparently, they say they used all of the shot down Messerschmitts. This is a weird thing. They say that they had thousands of Messerschmitts in World War II. Yeah. Guess how many exist in the modern day? 2. One of them is in a museum in Los Angeles, and the other one is in a museum in Germany. 2 fucking Messerschmitts left in the world. How the narrative is for World War II is fucking really woeful, guys. Honestly, none of that shit they said they had even exists anymore. All of that stuff that they produced. Look at this for a thoroughfare in London. They built all these houses, and outside it's just grass, mud, no sidewalks really. This is one of London's villages. They eventually all connected up to a mega city, as you know. But the size and the roads they built, what were they expecting? No, because it's from the previous world. Here, a lovely chapel that is part of Westminster Abbey, as you can see there in the background. And it is the Chapel of Magdalene. Beautiful. Full of knobbly bits. Part of that technology. This was a train crash, happened in the 1930s in Camden, near Camden Lock there in the background. And 2 service trains crashed head-on collision on that bridge there. The carnage was all over Camden. And Camden is one of my favourite places, if I do go to London, to actually visit. It's like a little bit of okay. Camden Market, if you ever go, that's the best place to go, I think. Mind you, I've been there for years, so I don't know. So what if megacities were like that in the past? All of them. Apartment blocks and skyscrapers. I definitely think they're just going to keep everything contained in these cities and just go up, just build up. So yeah, there's the map of South America in the past, and as you can see, the Spanish got a good bit there, and the Portuguese. Isn't that incredible how the Iberian Peninsula manages to invade and hold the whole of the continent of South America, which is fucking massive. That just boggles the mind. But they skanked all their riches, and that's where the Spanish got their money. And they both had the Inquisition, both of them, Spanish Inquisition, and they had these missions and missionaries. The Portuguese Empire never finished the Inquisition until 1835. They were still going on. They were still doing that hideous shit. So down in Patagonia, they said they had headhunters. I actually met a guy when I was at sea. He was from Papua New Guinea, and he said that his tribe were headhunters. He wasn't a headhunter. He might have been. Maritime head gatherers down in Patagonia, where they say giants populate. So World War II, Japanese children or Japanese young girls, she got like dreadlocks. Man in a machine gun, waiting in Okinawa for the Americans to arrive, and they're going to fight them. So people protecting their homeland from what they thought was an invasion, which indeed it was, and the great last stand. The rest of them chucked themselves off cliffs and killed themselves. Crazy business, but there you go. I can't remember where this is. But my money is on that is AI. No, that really existed. I tell you where that is. That's inside. Oh, it's in London. Let me think. Oh, it'll come to me in a minute, guys. Fucking hell, I'm not a computer. It'll come to me in a minute. So let's have a look. You know, in alchemical depictions, just like Krishna, you get a lot of blue dudes. A lot of blue people. I wonder why blue. Probably because they're drinking the blue juice. Probably. We are watching you. Now, I think it's been going on since time immemorial. If you look at this Renaissance picture, this is a 500-year-old painting. And this guy's got some curing stuff and what looks like a visor, like computer visor. He's like got some sort of probably tablet thing in his glasses. But yeah, it looks like he's tweaking it or pressing a button. So I think that has been going on a long while. We are watching you. You can't hide from us. You can't hide from them. You can go off grid and live in a field or something, and probably have to go to a supermarket at some stage, and then they'll see you. But we have ways of making you talk. The all-seeing eye doesn't miss a trick. It's been around since Egyptian days. Modern problems in the light of ancient wisdom. There it is, with the old beetle. This one's by Manly P. Hall, 1923. I've got a good collection of Manly P. Hall books, Masonic writings, but really interesting spiritual philosophy. Really enjoy reading some of his stuff. Take it with a pinch of salt, though, he's talking from a global perspective, but there's that. Horus. They wanted of Horus and the all-seeing eye. Full of Masonic symbology, checkerboard floor. What is going on with sphinxes, I don't know, but there's a spiral in the middle. Gives me a little feeling of wormhole or portal. And an infinity 8 between the sun and the moon. Interesting. Anyway, this is Ishtar, pronounced Easter. Easter is also a little bit of an anagram for reset. Easter was originally celebrated of Ishtar, an Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Makes sense when basically like spring is coming and like men want to, make babies, and women, well, they're ovulating because it's spring. Like an egg of a bunny, where and still fertility and sex symbols. Or do they actually think eggs and bunnies had anything to do with resurrection? After Constantine decided to Christianize the empire. Okay, well, he apparently had some sort of religious experience standing by a lake and seeing a UFO the shape of a cross. And then apparently that turns him on to making the the Holy Roman Empire Christian. So that's really awesome. Okay, how many people have I got in chat? Still 842 of you. Okay, American people. We're going to look at some juicy Cleveland, Ohio. And then this is going to take us up to the 3 o'clock mark. We'll be able to go through all of these, but these are absolutely beautiful, really good quality. Woohoo, Matt Crane. Woohoo. Thank everybody for being here anyway. It's been an awesome Easter. I've enjoyed it today. So, yeah, look at this for Cleveland, Ohio. Look at how much railings and antiqueness is in their glass dome. I can only presume this is a shopping centre, but there isn't any people. Beautiful. And another city with what is a sparse population and massive big buildings. They have got infrastructure and roads and everything, but again, it's just like, where's everybody? These going from 1860s up until 1890. Look at the size of that. Oh, God. Look at that. How beautiful. And all of the decorations are always up on the top level because you're not going to see it from the ground, but you are going to see it if you float past in a balloon. Nah. Just a sparse population for the size of these buildings. And then you've got these little surreys, these little horse and fucking carriages. Apparently all of this is just sorted out from. And skyscrapers. Which makes no sense to me. Size of these things. Always the same, a half-buried massive arch for an entrance, too big for humans. Always the same, no matter which city it is in the world. It's the same MO. Even Cardiff, exactly the same for the entrance for the market. Massive half-cut arch everywhere in the world. Colonial something, I don't know. But very beautiful. Ohio smashing it so far. Cleveland. I wonder where everybody is today. There's only 2 people sat there. They got electric. Oh, look. Got electric. Beautiful building. Look at these entrances here. If it floods, just jump out. Or on your balloon even. Where is everybody? It's not early in the morning. It's looking at midday. Or even 1 o'clock. Looking at the shadow on that post. But I don't know what time of year it is. But look at the vanilla skies again. Colonial Hotel. Very skinny building. Where's the fucking population? 1, 2, 3, 4 cats, 5 cats, half a dozen people in a building that big. What about like people who work in there? You mean or whatever it is? There'd be thousands of people around. Like, look at this. This looks like the old world, doesn't it? Excuse me, I need to drink. Shit. So, Simo, I was just thinking, I'll have a think tonight. I'll literally sleep on it and think about whether or not to have a meetup. And just like in this summer, somewhere which is going to be cool, where you can do like flat earth British things, you know what I mean? And have a little chat and everything, meet up. Yeah, I'm thinking I should do that. Time is right. The last meetup, I was in the middle of winter. And I had not very happy people turning up. I'm just looking at them 2 poles. They put one on top of the other there. Can you see that? To make it super high. But yeah, I don't know what to make of this pillar. It's just super old. Land your balloon, maybe. I bet there's all rooms inside there as well. You know what I mean? Let's have a look at that horse and cart. It doesn't even look like it's actually there. Some things are moving in motion and actually picked up in the photograph. That guy's fuzzing out. So action, you know, it's picking up some and not picking up others. It's really weird, this photographic process, apparently. This is a castle in Cincinnati. My classical music just stopped, unfortunately. I was really enjoying that. Omega oil on a dustbin. They got little windows down there. Look, it's a castle. I bet that's the armory as well. Because they're always like the armory. All right, we go looking downtown now. Bet that's full of skyscrapers in a modern day Cleveland, isn't it? Shit. Now that looks like that was a bit of the old world for our guys, and they've just added this on top of it. This tall block. Look at that. Oh, we've got a little car. Cars invented. Not sure what's happened to this bit of the building. So we're looking at least 1907, 1908 on these. A little bit more maybe. Another castle. Everyman. Jeez, don't know how to make of that. I wonder what that was. I need a drink. So yeah, they had an exposition. Check this out. Cleveland exposition. Chinese pagodas, water features, speedboat. Very swank. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, guys. Thanks for being here. 830 of you still watching. Oh my God. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Yeah, size of that, just a big block. Again with the lower windows. You know, these long windows. That's like the top of them there. Bet they're that low going down. They usually are. How many people do you think occupy that block? How many people? Hundreds? Thousands maybe? Absolutely insane. They built the world for trillions of people that ain't even here. Massive buildings. Nobody about. Check that out. Another castle. Oh, there's loads of castles in America, isn't there? You wouldn't think that, would you? Considering Britain's supposed to be famous. Oh my God, look how busy the high street is. Shit the bed. Better watch what crossing that road. You get definitely run over. 1891 on there, look. Painted. Not in stone, painted. Oh, how beautiful. That looks like Tartaria there, doesn't it? So you get earlier, vanilla skies. You get past 1900 when the cars are arriving. Clouds. Only 1800, so they vanilla skies. Notice that? Always the same period in time as well. Interior of an arcade. Cardiff's got many arcades. It's one of the best things about it. Oh my God, State Asylum. That's an asylum. Yikes. And Garfield Memorial. Oh, look at there. It's got all like bas reliefs on there. Yeah. Wow. Cripes. Cathedral residence there. Cleveland School. Looks like an old British church thing, Anglican. But that looks like Tartaria. I tell you what else this reminds me of. Portland, Oregon. Although it's got hills and stuff, that place is just rammed out with Tartarian type buildings. The largest bank room in the world. Union Trust. Fuck. That's a bank room to draw your money out. All these look dirty up here. The Corinthian tops. Very impressive. The biggest bank room in the world, guys. Hey, Martin, my dad's from Newport. Yaki da. Is he your world's exploration? That's just down the road. I'm in Cardiff. Love Newport. Newport is a mad Tartarian city, brother. Still got copper domes and everything there. It's lovely buildings. Love old Newport, must say. It's a corner of 14th and Lucidity. Ooh, sells drugs in there, guys. Not drugs they had back in the old days you could buy. Garfield Memorial, Lake and View. They were into powders, weren't they? Pink ones, white ones and stuff. Oh, take a powder, love. They used to say that. Everyone was literally off their nuts back in the old days. I'm surprised they built any fucking thing. Everyone was so wasted. Don't know what the can's doing there. Maybe Cleveland, Ohio, Civil War. Too far north. I don't think that's going on. They may have had battles there, but I'm not really actually sure if Ohio. Oh, it was in the Union, I guess. Lakeview Cemetery there. And Garfield's, loads of Garfield references. I used to like Garfield. I thought he was very droll, very dry, good-humoured cat. Garfield. If you can remember that. So, what do you reckon is the best album of the 1990s in chat? 818 of you. I got my ideas what I think the best album is of the 1990s. I was going to ask the 80s, but we'll start with the 90s. What is the best album of the 1990s? Stu Klung, Oh My Love. I don't know that album. Well, it's just so many to choose from. I think OK Computer, myself, Radiohead's one of the best of the 90s. May 1997, I think that came out. Fuck me, I played that to death. There were loads of good albums in the 1990s, but that was one of my favourites. That was revolutionary, that album. Post Office. Saying this is shit now. It's what happens with all the bands. It's like I thought, years ago, AC/DC was like the best band ever, and now they rolls them out like fucking bunch of pensioners with nappies on and stuff, and shatters your illusions. In fact, a lot of the stuff that I thought was awesome is no longer awesome. They've just completely shattered my illusions about it. Also, I don't even got any illusions because it all is an illusion. So there's that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I wonder what that is. It's a medical college, but that's like a weird pole with a what? I wonder if that lifts up. Observation deck, maybe. From me. Sure, this is in America. It looks like Italy. Beautiful. But that's crazy. I know Detroit got a similar setup in the middle of their city. And I've seen this similar in Philadelphia as well. This similar setup as they got in Cleveland. And also in Cincinnati. So these are the Union soldiers. So this would be like 1860s. So I'm guessing it's the American Civil War. I'm guessing that's something to do with a cemetery. It just looks like a mausoleum of some sort, but it's got a cavalryman watching it. Ooh, the exposition looked bloody lovely, didn't it? They got the fairground rides. That thing will swing you around. Chateau Alphonse. So that's the Italian bit of the exposition. Not too many people around, though. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in that shot. And a lovely little church there in Cleveland, Ohio. Christ, it looks like Britain. It's mad. Yeah, they never sold many tickets that day in the exposition, did they, guys? Michael Mechanics. I do like Mike Rutherford. My sister met him once. Wildwood's Paul Valley. Yeah, all right. I'll give you that. I played that to death. Yeah, Wildwood was fantastic. Okay, Nathaniel Stunt. Yeah, man. Fucking hell. What an album that was when it came up. Oh, I think I'll listen to that later now, actually. No, I don't like Pearl Jam, Kingston. That's just me, though. I ain't got that sort of taste. I never seen why anyone really liked them. Harp-shaped box, that's good. I was thinking Alanis Morissette, that one about like, well, it's got sex stuff in it, hasn't it? Nirvana, Nevermind. Yeah, all right, Jay, that's pretty shit art. Seal, brilliant. Jackie, are you lovely? Yeah, Seal was really good. I didn't see Seal. I seen Adamski at Glastonbury, and they did kill her. Ding, 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 which was pretty good. Adamski was good. Alice in Chains, they're back out now. Jesus wept. Alice in Chains. I've seen a poster up. A lot of these old bands, but yeah, not my thing. But yeah, Faith No More, pretty good. No. Red Hot Chili Peppers, not a good people, not a good band. I could tell you some stuff about them, but I don't want to tell you on YouTube. It's bad, not good. They're really bad people. Okay, Indianapolis got them as well in the set. Yeah, I have seen that. Old World Exploration. Thank you for that. Music is the best. Music is the food of love. Come to sing, you make me rub and scrub. Dang, 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 diggity, diggity, dang. Okay. Pass the Dutchie bunny left hand side. A lot of people say the Dutchie was the flu, Dutch flu. So pass the flu to the left hand side. But I don't think it is. I think the Dutchie is a spliff. But Musical Youth, they were good. They were only a bunch of sprogs from Birmingham. They smashed it. But they were definitely Illuminati fuckers for some reason. Must have gone to a special school. Special people. Like that. I really am happy that I'm on the right side of history, even though we're like a tiny little army fighting a massive army, but that's okay. You know, metaphorically speaking. Obviously no fighting involved. I mean the spiritual battle. The battle of hearts and minds to help the other people see that it's all bullshit they're believing. They're living in fear and fuck all because there's nothing to be fucking scared of. Wow. Wee. Fucking hell. They got everyone, or a lot of people in victim mentality. The amount of times I hear people come out to me and it's like, I got to hear then, me. It's like, well, fuck me. I didn't ask for that. What if I just tell you my life story and said, do you want to hear about my childhood? I'll start at the age of 2. Why? Victim mentality. It's like, I'm not being like horrible or anything. It's just like, I'm really sorry to hear about all those things that happened in the past, because like past doesn't even exist anymore. Why have we got to hear about them today when it's a different age and different time and different day? Anyway, so if that could stop, people could stop doing that. It'd be fucking brilliant. Nobody about. They're all there. So yeah, Easter. They used to have brilliant Easters when I was a kid. They used to have the Easter Bonnet Parade. They used to have everyone get pissed down the British Legion and then do a tug of war in Ely River. All the men used to do a big tug of war. They used to always have fetes and things going on when I was a kid in Easter. We used to take part in it all. I don't know if they do anything anymore. I don't think if that is popular in the New Britain, Peekaboo. So there's that. So yeah, that's been me for this week. I'm not finished just yet. This is coming up. I'm going to be on this show with Rise Above Boys next Friday. I'll send the links out on my descriptions in my in my community tab. As you can see, this is a big event in a hotel, and it's really affordable too. It's really good. Graham Moore, don't know who that is. Wisdom of Mushrooms. That'd be interesting. Me. Allegedly Dave, who's Dave Murphy, as you know, and Richard Ryder, and there's and Toroidal Mechanics Dynamics. That should be interesting. But there are other presenters to be presented, and it's in a celebrity hotel, so it's down by the seafront nearly, and it's on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of August. But I was thinking of just doing it. Fuck it, I just hire my local hall. It's like 300 people. If I could charge like $5 each, cover the food and the cost of the hall, not like for making money, just to get everyone together, I would do that. I think I got the energy left to do something like that. I'll give it some consideration. I'll sleep on that over the night. But I think we should have a fucking big Flat Earth British meetup. The last time I did one after Rona, 3,500 fucking people turned up. It was absolutely mental. And that was in Birmingham. Don't know how many of you went that, but that was a special gig, that was. Everyone was there. Mark Devlin, Dave Murphy, he was there, presented. Oh, it was just fucking off the radar. This one's in September then. That one's down by 20 minutes from Gatwick Airport, Emerson College. And there's a load of like celebs and stuff of this Truthfully Realm stuff, talking about healing from within. I'm all for that, because basically all illness is us doing it. But it's not our fault, we're all just passing through. We're all learning, aren't we? So when we realize all this mind and we're doing it to ourselves, and then we get a new perspective, all of those things just sort of disappear. So 771 of you, boom shanker. It's been 3 hours, 12 minutes of me rabbiting. Rabbit. So thank you for being here. Going to give you a few shouts. Celebrate good times. Come on. We're going to celebrate now. There's a party going on around here. It's a celebration to last throughout the year. It's called Flat Earth British. With the good times and your laughter too. Sexy. We're going sexy people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, you were witnessing the best channel on YouTube, although we're a hidden secret. Obviously, not everybody knows that. So, The Beat, they're a good group. I seen them live. Mirror in the bathroom, please talk free. The door is locked, just you and they got ticket to a restaurant. It's got glass tables. You can watch yourself while you are eating. Donate to Martin Leaker. So hippie shake sharing. So yeah, I got a couple of podcasts coming up in the next week or two that I will also probably record and put up. I got to be careful though, because some of these podcasts I go on, I don't know why they're allowed to say what they want, because they're in America land, but I can't say what I want in Britain. So I'm like, some of the stuff they say is not really applicable in Britain. Do you meet up, Martin? Will surely do my best to attend. Do you think so, Bob Sykes, mate? You had that big place in Doncaster, but that's just way too far for me to take everything, all my shit now. You know, I wouldn't mind like DJ, fucking music, dancing. I'd give a buffet on the go. I did a buffet, and the one I did on the local pub, and I did so much food, and it wasn't enough fucking. It was too much food, but I smashed it on the fucking nibbles. Fuck yeah, I did. I'm a wicked cook, guys, and makes a nice little spread. Fuck them expensive leading caterers. Fuck with British. Brilliant with technology, awesome with catering and everything else. Okay. Did you see an energy spirit coming out of one of those buildings? Did anyone see it? I didn't see it, Crafty Kim. But there's a bit of fuzz going on. There's all sorts going on, really. Oh, the Billy, my brother. Happy shining people holding hands. And yeah. So I'm not really a hippie. I'm not half a hippie. You never go full hippie. And Mr. C, keep a bit of Martinness for Martin, gangsters. Al Capone's guns don't argue. Down, now, 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 now. And then a riot. That's all I remember of the specials gig. And yes, I was something to do with it. But what's that? Run out of pre-rolled. No, man. Si, listen, I plan in advance. Don't like Primus. Don't really know him, actually, Kingston. It sounds... Yeah, that band. Yeah, I know him. Somebody said, right, even though I'm Welsh, that I was Chester Bennington, lead singer of Linkin Park. There was actually a video out there. Somebody said, oh, yeah. So I don't know how an American 30-fucking-something-year-old can end up a 57-year-old Welshman. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But there you go. But, you know, I'm a lot of things according to fucking YouTube as well. But here I am. So, Michael, good to see you, my old friend. Oh, 70s. What's your favourite album of the 70s? It's just so many. Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd, innit? Gotta be the best, haven't it? Oh, you're going to say Dark Side of the Moon now and fucking Trump me, you. Okay, I don't know what to say now. The Wall. Trumped you all. The Wall. First time I heard The Wall, I saved up for ages to buy it. It was a really expensive double album. And the moment I put it on, I turned it up. I couldn't even fucking believe what I was hearing. I had goose pimples through me. I was like, oh my fucking shit, what is it? Couldn't believe it, The Wall. My first year there. I thought it was the best thing that ever happened. I played it to death. There was so much going on. It was a tale, you know. Good morning, Worm, Your Honour. The defendant has been found guilty of feelings of an almost human nature. 10cc. Yeah, I sort of like 10cc. Dreadlock Holiday. I'm not in love. But yeah, specials. Yeah, I got kicked unconscious at the specials gig, Eric. Fighting with that Greek fucker from down the docks. Always. He was one of those people I had to fight every single fucking time I seen him. I had about 6 fights with him. Fucking hell. There was a couple of them I had, actually. It's incredible the things that won't break over people's heads. It's amazing. Whitesnake were pretty average. Well, nobody likes Jim Coverdale. Apparently, he's got a shitty attitude in rock and roll music. He's worse than Richie Blackmore, who's got a terrible attitude by all accounts, even though he's Welsh. So yeah, Coverdale was a bit of a shit. Yeah, Whitesnake and Rainbow, bit overrated, I think, mate. Since you've been gone, out of my head, can't take it. Oh. So thank you, Melisande, for saying thank you. It was amazing. All right, that was a magical mystery tour for you. I couldn't even recount what I've actually said tonight because my head's just gone. It's been ages of talking. Okay. Used to drive my daughter mad singing it, did you, Jackie? Since you've been gone. Yeah, Coverdale Page. Yeah. What's that? Page was solid. Covered in Page. Oh, they were good besties. Yeah, Jesus Wept. Yeah, I seen that. No, I was into the Doors when I was really young, I think. Probably first time I heard the Doors album. The Doors are Doors. It's like 12, 13. But the first time I ever heard Led Zeppelin, right? I got all the cassette, then it didn't even have Led Zeppelin on the cover. I didn't even know who it was. And soon Black Dog came on. I'm like, fucking hell. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I think it was about a year or two before I found out it was Led Zeppelin. I just kept playing it to death. I thought it was the best thing I ever had. Ever heard. What's that drum in it? Brilliant. Talking Heads were awesome, Marianne. I still listen. I had Talking Heads on last night. It's not making sense. I had it on last night. I made a playlist of all like really cool albums and just plays it off on my system in there. Is GP or USD better for Martin? Great British Pounds or United States dollar? Take it as it comes, baby. I don't know. I don't even know if 70,000 subs is a lot. Somebody needs to tell me. What's that? Eek bum bum diddy bum bum. Rappo. I love Ecomouse. Ecomouse was awesome. Dang 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 diggity dang. Grateful Dead's never been a fan myself. JD of Grateful Dead's not really my thing. Don't know why. Just didn't sound that good. Kimasabi, are you lovely? I will convert it and yeah, PayPal do convert with currencies and things, and it takes like £1 odd or something, depending. But that's how things roll in this world, apparently. That Rachel Osborne, did you love it all? Okay, make sure to like this video. I'm going to go because I don't want to make it 4 hours long. I don't think people are going to watch 4 hours long. I still got 700 people here. Jimi Hendrix, Liddy's one of my all-time favourites ever, as you know. I love Jimi Hendrix. I literally had spiritual connection with Jimi Hendrix. And as you know, Marianne, I got a big thing for B-52. So one of my favorite all-time bands, B-52s. It just makes they give me a special feeling. There are only a few bands they'll give me. So yeah, I've seen Buzzcocks. I haven't seen the Joy Division. Ever fallen in love with someone? Ever fallen in love with someone? Shouldn't have fallen in love. Dun, dun. So I've seen a lot of the groups. Sham 69. I used to be follower of like UK subs. I used to like the old Charlie Harper, Vice Squad, and Becky Bondage. I tell you, it was really good. It was Susie and the Banshees. No, they were musically accomplished. Oh, Houses of the Holy. I used to say I wanted that played. Song Remains the Same. Played at my funeral, but considering I don't want to be buried in a church or anything like that, I guess none of that's going to happen. So there's that. Tip top, mate. Thank you, Combat Finn. I'm glad you all are here, and I appreciate you all. Appreciate 70,000 subscribers. Spellbound was wicked, and Happy House as well. This is the happy house. We're happy here. We're all quite safe. Cafty Kim. Oh, was you late? All right, thanks. I don't know what I said, but I'm guessing it was all good. And there's loads of juice. So I'm about 20% of the way through all of the juice that I need to present. So I'm going to have to come back in a day or two, okay, and do some more. So there's that. Okay, we'll have a listen to some music now later. I actually want to go off and listen to some music as well after that. So thank you, Bob Sykes. Thank you, Eric, my brother. Don't worry about that alien stuff business. It was what it was. And I'm all good. So Herb Albert, I fucking loved Herb Albert, Eric. The Tijuana Brass. The taste of honey. So yeah, I used to like Acapulco too. I'm fucking showing my age now, ain't I? Jesus Christ. So yeah, tell us the truth, Sham 69. So I got Jimmy Percy's autograph in my box in there. Bob, lead singer of Sham 69. There's going to be a postal breakout. If the kids are united, they will never be divided. Mushroom gummies for everyone. Donna Marie's turning us on to mushroom gummies. Awesome. This is turning out to be a real party. So, do you feel like you've had a Farty Marty party? Yeah, the lurkers. I remember them. What about the members? Remember the members? Thank you, Donna. Thank you for Sage. Taste of honey, honey. Have it? The Beatles did a version as well, didn't they? But Herb Albert was best. Yeah, it was really good, Eric. Thanks for the blast from the past, my man. Fucking hell. So we are all, we are all just There's no separation anyway. I seen an interview with the Carpenters, the guy. You know, I know a lot of people think there was something improper going on with them incestually and all of that, but I'm not so sure. Karen Carpenter was a supremely intelligent and brilliant musician. Should have heard her playing the fucking drums. Absolutely brilliant. So I seen an interview with him talking about her and all of that. Oh, and he was all very, very sad and all of that. But I don't think there was anything like that. I thought the registry Jack White and the Black Stripes. I thought the White Stripes. I thought that they were actually a brother and sister. Turns out they were married. So everyone's like, I think there's something funny going on with them, brother and sister. I think it's a bit strange. Turns out that they were married and conned everybody into thinking they were brother and sister. Weirdly. So thanks, Dan. Thanks, Phil. Philomena. Is that his name? Squeeze, yeah, up the junction. Jules Holland did all right, didn't he, when he sold his soul, and then he went off to greater things. Vaughn. Ever fallen in love with someone? Stacey's mum. Stacey's mum has got it going on. Love Stacey's mum. Vaughn. Thanks for that. Yeah, Peace Frog. Smashing it, they do. Oh, the Meteors, yeah, I remember them. Anyway, I got to get going, guys, because Jesus and the Mary Chain. First time I heard them was in Italy, Lisa, funnily enough. I came across my radio, and they said in Italian, Jesus and the Mary Chain. I was like, fuck me, I understood that. And then I looked for a record when I got back, and I quite liked them. And they actually are touring. I've seen them. They're still about, Jesus and the Mary Chain. Should you know Susie and the Banshees, Eric? Yeah, man, Susie Sue was bollocks. She was brilliant, really talented people. I tell you who else were good as well. Flock of Seagulls. Although they had stupid hair, their music was fucking brilliant. Frank Zappa's the best. I'm going to go play fucking Apostrophe now as a fucking homage Duke to Frank Zappa. I love Frank Zappa. I was always a Frank Zappa person. I used to play it and used to piss my friends right off. They say, how can you listen to this? I was like, it's fucking brilliant. What are you on about? Catholic girls with a tiny little mustache. Catholic girls, you know how they go after the show. All the way. That's the way. Who doesn't like Joe's Garage? Huh? The Central Scrutinizer. Yeah. I memorized it all, but I couldn't tell you about Joe's Garage. You knows it. Jesus wept, bro. Fucking awesome, innit? We didn't have no dope or LSD, but a couple of quarts of beer. But it sounded good to us. I used to do exactly the same as that band practice. I was in a skinhead band, but like literally the whole band got killed in a car crash. And my mate Billy survived. But we used to practice in my mate's garage. Peachy's garage, get drunk and pass, just basically bang away on guitars and fucking fuzz boxes and shit. And I used to think we used to sound fantastic. We used to do Warhead, UK subs because it was the only bass line I knew basically. We tried to do, try and do anything unskinheady back in the days. Can we try a bit of Pink Floyd maybe? They're like, no, bro, no, it's fucking, we're skinheads. You don't do that shit. So I was literally at this sneak my Pink Floyd, go home and listen to David Bowie, T-Rex and fucking Pink Floyd secretly. I wouldn't actually tell everybody. I'm sure they had secret collections as well. So there's that. Yeah, Jackie, do you? It is weirdly strange, Central Scrutinizer. Yeah, I remember the thugs at FEMA. Yeah, of course I do. Why does it hurt when I pee? Lost in France. Don't you drink that yellow snow? Chris Holmes still tours Europe. Oh, does he now? See, a lot of these musicians are really old ones. Oh, I've seen the House Martins in Glastonbury. I know Fatboy Slim was Norman Cook was bass player. When I seen them in Glastonbury, the drummer, right, of the House, and they were fucking brilliant. Happy Hour Again and all that. He took the drum kit apart while still playing it. like literally just dismantled it while playing it. I've never seen that. I've never actually seen that before. But the House Mountains were really good, man. Good band live. Fuck yeah. Best. I tell you what I really loved was Echo and the Bunnymen. I was always a big Echo fan. Me, fucking brilliant. I know they're a bit gothy and a bit dark, but I like Depeche Mode, so it must be just my head. I love Depeche Mode. I think they're one of the most influential bands of the last 20, 30 years, without a doubt. Violator smashed it on his own genre. Yeah, Rush. I'm not really a fan of Rush. I don't know why. I know because people say I look like the lead fucking singer, and I don't. I don't look like anyone. I look like me, except when I go to Glastonbury and everybody looks like me. Oh, I played with my bass player. Did he, Dan? Yeah, he's good, Echo. I think he's a Scouse lad, isn't he? Oh, there's not good. Anyway, much love to you all, guys. I hope you're all feeling lovely and fluffy now. There's Lee, me and Lee, flogging away at Flat Earth British for the last 10 fucking years. There he is, Lee Flat Earth British. 30 years only. We'll be all right, Lee. So all you're doing anyway is me going around just patching up. Yeah, Paul Heaton. So yeah, he done a thing in Glastonbury last year. He had terrible trouble with alcohol and that, but I tell you what, the beautiful South, and he's really talented. Paul Heaton was really good, I think. Happy hour again when they sung that Nielsen song. I don't want. I go where the sun suits my clothes. Fucking hell, can't think. My head's gone. But yeah, beautiful South, brilliant bands. They were underrated, like many bands of their era. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Alva Billy, my brother. Good to see you. Much love to you all. And I'm going to see you in a couple of days, and I got to do my thing. Super thirsty. So I worked in a pub called the Beautiful South. All right. Thanks, yeah, Moon Unit. What a nutty name for his kids, but I don't know. It's just different, isn't it? It's better than calling your kid like Adolf Hitler, which I have found out is not even legal in America. You can't call your kid Adolf Hitler. Adolf, come here. Hitler. And he come over like, yeah, mom. See No, not necessarily. Wouldn't it be really cute, though, a little baby Hitler? Coming over, little moustache, stormtrooping over. JH, good to see you. And Isabel, it's the last little crazy fantasy from Man's Head for tonight, guys. I'm going. Monica O'Brien. You saw Dweezil Zappa? That's jammy. I heard he's as good as his dad, and he's supposed to be fucking brilliant. I've heard him on, obviously, YouTube, and he is good. So there's good. Hunky Dory, cracking little album, that Heaven O'Clock. Do love me a bit of David Bowie's. Grew up with it, really, though. I can't listen to 10 years. I fucking hate that song. All the World's a Stage. Okay, I got to go. We just done the last half hour of pop trivia with 647 of you included in that. We all like music, though. You can't fail the music, can you? All of that music we grew up with. What was your most inspirational song of your growing up? The song that made you, yeah. We Are the Champions, Queen. That's quite inspirational, isn't it? It's like, what were we the champions of? And I think they're talking from the Phoenician perspective on all the Queen songs, especially Under Pressure. Right, I'm going to go because it's 3.5 hours and I'm aching and my shoulder is literally going to drop off anytime. Okay, guys, I've got to go in pain. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Ooh, much love, Aberdare. Nostalgic, buddy. James Jenkins, we got Taffy in the house. Down here in the death. It's a kind of magic. Radio Gaga's quite telling as well. Early Bowie, not necessarily. Some of his stuff was too weird and avant-garde for me, the early stuff. Can't deal with that. Nah. It's like that in-between album Sid fucking Barrett did. There's it's like people are actually listening to this. I don't know what happened. He lost his shit completely. So yeah, did you hear that the Who had sacked Zach Starkey, their drummer, who is Ringo Starr's son, basically. He's a fantastic drummer. He plays drums for the shitty Oasis. Don't you know that it's different for girls? Cracking little song, that, Lee. Do you ever like the Cars? The Cars were good, weren't they? She's your best friend's girl, and she used to be mine. Cracking little album that was. Played that to death as well. Martin sucks unless it's good. Music sucks unless it's good. Thank you, Jay, for that. I mentioned death metal the other day, and I had fucking all of the death metal cult fuckers giving me right shit in my comments. No, each to their own. You do you, boo. I'm just saying I don't like it. That's all. I'm not fussed on rap even. I don't think white people should actually be rapping. And rap is horrible anyway. It's like, maybe I'm just not culturally advanced enough and I don't get it. Because people are, it's enriching the culture. It's the voice of the people. It's like, yeah, but you're always on about crime and fucking bitches and all of that. It's very derogative. It's not very civilized sort of rap, is it, guys? Have you noticed? It's not classy, is it? That's a classy rap. Make it a bit. Queen Killer, Dynamite with a Laser Beam, guaranteed to blow your mind anytime. That's a Reset song. We're digging the tunes. Okay, this is a nice trip down memory lane, but my head's going to fall off now in a minute, so I'm going to go. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to do all those groovy things. And thank you very much for 70,000 subscribers on YouTube, which sounds like a lot. I think I've got more than Cardiff City Football Club, so that's good. Since you've been gone, I'm out of my head, can't take it. That was 80. The Who were absolutely fantastic. It's just that I don't think they are anymore. But yeah, they're. Excuse me. Sorry, I just gone completely fucking blank. I gotta go. Quadrophenia, brilliant film, love it. I don't do any of that fighting mods now. I'm an adult, and I'm actually grown up in the last 2 years. I've noticed. So there's that. Thank you, Natey Rocks, Tommy. Sure plays a mean pinball. Thank you, Rach. Back at you. You're the best too. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's good times. Yeah, he's a deaf, dumb, and blind kid. Sure, he plays mean pinball, though. Is there a virtue in virtual in reality? Don't know. We'll have to give that some thought. Too complex and too deep. You just blew my head off. Again, Tammy. B.A. Robinson. Oh, yeah, no. B.A. Robinson. No. We're all making plans for Nigel. XTC. Seen them. Tommy, can you hear me? Oh, nice throw out there, Peace Frog. Tommy, can you hear me? We love that one. And the old weird as fuck weird film of Tommy. But Margaret, and Margaret's in that, and Oliver Reed. There's some really dodgy shit going on in there, though. Pretend we didn't get programmed. Yes, that's what we're doing, Lisa. We're pretending we are not brainwashed. Thank you, Missy. And that it's Easter. It's Easter. Oh, no. He got crucified. So I keep getting wrong. I don't know which is which. Yeah, I'm Margaret. One of Flat Earth British's favourite. We're in a fan club. Okay. Thank heavens for Anne Margaret's moon. Okay, good night. Thank you, I am Karios. Thank you, everybody. I gotta go, man. Go away. Anyway, 638 youth. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. We really appreciate that. All helps with the old algorithm. Oh, don't super tramp me, Eric. I fucking love super tramp. You're bloody well right. You know you got right to say. But Crime of the Century, how many clues in that album? They tell you that they're doing a new fucking psyop on that album. Brilliant album. But yeah, see the girls in California. I hope it's going to come true. Because there's not a lot I can do. Get a jumbo across the water. I can see America. Brilliant album. Take the Long Way Home is a good one as well. Love that song. Oh my God, I'm having a super. You super tramped me. I'm super tramped. Okay, I'm going to eat some chocolate. I got some chocolate. I'm going to Easter myself. Yellow's one of my favorite bands of all time. Realize. Did you know that? Yeah, you probably didn't know that if you watched Flat Earth British. You know. I was sure. You were here to witness Flat Earth British's Easter Flat Day sesh, which was legendary. You were here to witness it. Touch me. I'm real. Let's touch one another. No, let's not. Touching me. See the girls in California. Might be true, that. The Sweet. Oh, fucking hell. I was looking into the Sweet. They're doing a little tour of America, but the lead singer, he died, didn't he? What was his name? Colony. Thing was, right, is he was like a 35-year-old man, and he was on like Top of the Pops with a load of teenagers and stuff, but he was like an old man. Colony. But the Sweet were fucking brilliant. Ballroom Blitz. Fucking brilliant. The Fox on the Run. Until I was like 30, I thought that was Slade sung that. I didn't even know it was Sweet. I thought it was Noddy Older sung that. I got it wrong. Limerick. That's where my my old wife, I say ex, she's dead, it doesn't make an ex. Third Eye Drops from Limerick, Stab City. Lola Chicken. Lola. So, do we like Bernard Cribbins? I think we like Bernard Cribbins. I like Bernard Cribbins. He was in the Railway Children. He was in all sorts of programs. Yeah, I like Bernard Cribbins. I think he was all right. Nothing came out about him and U-Tree. Not that I should like gauge my childhood stars by what came out in U-Tree. Quite right. Yeah, ripped off Sweet. Yeah. There's a love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. No, nothing surely die. Brilliant song. Thank you for that, Peace Frog. Love these blasts from the past. But yeah, the Sweet were really good. Kimosabi, they were fucking banging. I never sitting outside where they were, the dinner canteen when I was in little school. So I would have been 6 or 7, listening to the radio in the dinner canteen. And Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. No, Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder was out, and then it played, and then I can remember the exact fucking song order. Oh my God, I was 6-year-old. Of that day, I just like literally teleported back to a day when I was 6-year-old, sat outside the dinner canteen, listening to the cook's radio. They played Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder, followed by Ballroom fucking Blitz. Oh my God, and I remembered that. What a weird blast from the fucking past. Brian Colony. Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, it was, yeah. What was his name? Yeah, that was weird. Just had like a little blast from the past there. Thanks, Alpha Billy. See, it be right. Americans don't know about Brian Ferry. They don't. As I'm playing like Cheryl, like fucking Roxy music. It's like, don't even know. Love is a drug or any rock. I play Roxy music all the fucking time. All the time. I love Roxy music. And I love Thin Lizzy. I love Thin Lizzy. Slades were the best, bro. Just the fucking best. Slades was just banging. The loudest band ever back in the day. So I'm on holiday in Porthcawl, right? And Slades are playing in the hall there, in the Esplanade, in the Promenade Hall. Only I'm too young to go in because I'm like, I don't know, 8-year-old. It didn't matter. I was outside and I was still fucking deafened with Slade in the hall. Honest, they were the loudest band you could ever imagine back in the day. Sladeage. Tony Iommi. Why does Martin call Tony Iommi phony? Because Tony Iommi rhymes with phony. But I did see a picture of him holding a Led Zeppelin album, a Black Sabbath album, looking at it and thinking to himself, wow, one day all teenagers will have this album in their bedroom. He was half right. Lazy. So, yeah, I haven't got a bad word to say about Black Sabbath except for their ticket prices. on the gig this summer coming. Have you seen the ticket prices? They're worse than fucking Oasis. I don't know if he's going for an early retirement. So yeah, the Ruts, Babylon's burning, Babylon's burning. He died, the lead singer, didn't he? A drug overdose. What was his fucking name? Owen. Yeah, I remember the Ruts. Well, I had their album. Oh, what was it called? Well, Babylon's burning. I had the other one as well, the reggae titled one. Cracking little bands. Thank you for bringing that up, the Ruts. Babylon's burning with anxiety. And it is. Okay, I got to go because we're just going to cover every single punk band in the world. See what I mean? Golden Brown, Stranglers, Texture Like Sun, Lay Me Down with My Friend Dingle. I got to go. Okay, I'm going. I'll see you on the next one. Stay epic. Hope you've had a happy Flatter Day event. And happy Easter. That's your team. And I'll see you on the next one. Much love to you all. Thank you for 70,000 subscribers.